when they need it most. Globe Life. Make tomorrow better. Bailey & Gallion. CertaPro. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro painters. Visit CertaPro.com. Lexus. Visit your Dallas-Fort Worth Lexus dealership today. And by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, where the players play. Alongside Jared Sandler, here's Matt Hicks.
And a pleasant good evening from American Family Fields of Phoenix. It's time for Texas Rangers baseball spring training action in Maryvale as the Rangers play their 26th game of the spring. Good evening, everyone. I'm Matt Hicks along with Jared Sandler. Matt Prelip, our engineer here in Maryvale. Jet Nelson and Kevin Walker are back at Master Control. Rangers yesterday thumped Kansas City in surprise 12-3. Rangers have won their last 2 Cactus League matchups. 3 of their last 4 come into play here today with a record of 15-10. The Milwaukee Brewers, who had more wins last season than anyone during the regular season in the major leagues, are 10-14 so far this spring. This is the second matchup between these two clubs here in Cactus League play. Back on February the 26th in surprise, the Brewers defeated the Rangers by the final score of 5-1. Our pitching matchup here tonight, we'll have the left-hander Jacob Latz on the mound for the Rangers. Latz is making his 5th start of the spring. And his counterpart for Milwaukee, the right-hander Brandon Woodruff, making just his 2nd start in Cactus League play, though he's had additional outings to that. But Brandon Woodruff, who came back from shoulder surgery late last year for Milwaukee, looking to have a healthy 2026 campaign. So it's Latz against Woodruff here in what is game number 26 of the spring for the Rangers. And it is hot here today in the greater Phoenix area right now. Exactly 100 degrees. It was as high as 103 here just a couple of hours ago. And any afternoon games that had been scheduled in Arizona today got moved to the evening. This game was originally supposed to be a night game and will be played as such. We're back with a look at your starting lineups, and we'll have the first pitch for you coming up in just a bit. This is Rangers Spring Training Baseball on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
Life's a team sport. You need a team your family can count on. Medical City Healthcare, the official healthcare system of the Texas Rangers and one of North Texas's largest healthcare providers, offers comprehensive, compassionate care, advanced technology, and personalized treatment for your entire family. Trusted care when you need it most. Medical City Healthcare, a team you can count on.
Hey kids, it's time to step up to the plate and join the Junior Rangers. You'll get your very own kit sponsored by Golden Chick. It includes a Rangers baseball cap, backpack, youth jersey, stainless steel water bottle, and a fan chain with bling badge. Junior Rangers also receive 4 digital ticket vouchers to select Ranger home games. Don't forget to bring your fan chain and badge to get 15% off discount in the team store and front of the line access to the Kids Run the Bases at Sunday home games. Sign up now at Rangers.com/Junior Rangers and be part of the club.
Energy Transfer is excited to support the Texas Rangers. As one of the country's largest energy companies, we proudly move oil and gas products through our 120,000 miles of underground pipelines to power our communities and make our lives possible.
Now let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the visiting Rangers, leading things off, he'll be in center field, Evan Carter, followed by Jock Peterson, who will serve as the designated hitter. Batting third and doing the catching, Danny Jansen. In the cleanup spot, getting the start at short, is Ezekiel Duran. Batting fifth and patrolling left field tonight, Mark Canna. The number 6 batter is the second baseman, Sam Haggerty. Hitting seventh, he'll be at third base today, Tyler Wade. The number 8 batter, the right fielder, Alejandro Osuna, recently back from playing for Mexico in the World Baseball Classic. And hitting ninth and playing at first base is Jonah Bride. The starting pitcher, the left-hander Jacob Latz. Latz in 4 starts this spring, 1-0 with a 5.11 ERA. He last pitched on Friday, so 6 days ago, over in Scottsdale against the Rockies, an outing in which he went 4 innings, giving up 2 runs and throwing a total of 66 pitches. So Latz on the bump here tonight. Latz last year with the Rangers in 33 appearances and 8 starts went 2-0 with 1 save and a 2.84 ERA. Once again for the Rangers, it's Carter, Peterson, Jansen, Duran, Canna, Haggerty, Wade, Osuna, Bride, with the left-hander Latz on the mound. For the Milwaukee Brewers, leading things off in right field will be Sal Frelick. This is essentially an A lineup for the Brewers here today, as they put forth players that you are familiar with. Batting second and playing at short, Joey Ortiz. In the number 3 spot, serving as the designated hitter, Christian Yelich. Batting cleanup at first base, Andrew Vaughn. The number 5 batter is the center fielder, Garrett Mitchell. Hitting 6th and doing the catching, Gary Sanchez. Batting 7th at third base, a familiar name, but not a Milwaukee guy, Luis Rengifo, formerly with the Angels, but now playing for the Brewers. Hitting 8th, and he'll be in left field, Brandon Lockridge. And batting 9th and at second base is David Hamilton. The starting pitcher, the right-hander Brandon Woodruff. In his 1 spring training game so far, he picked up the win with 2 innings of shutout work. That was against the Angels 12 days ago, but again, he has had the opportunity to pitch on the backfields here in Milwaukee. Woodruff last year with the Brewers did not start until July, recovering from shoulder surgery, which caused him to miss all of the 2024 season. But Woodruff was 7-2 last season with a 3.20 ERA. That in 12 starts. Woodruff, a 2-time All-Star, finished 5th in the National League Cy Young voting back in 2021. So Woodruff getting the start here tonight for Milwaukee. Once again for the Brewers, it's Frelick, Ortiz, Yelich, Vaughn, Mitchell, Sanchez, Rengifo, Lockridge, Hamilton, with Woodruff on the mound. Nice crowd developing here on what is country music night at American Family Fields of Phoenix. If you don't know where Maryvale is, it's essentially West Phoenix. And temperatures today all throughout the area just brutally hot, reaching at least here in the Maryvale area about 103 today. It's going to be this way again tomorrow and again on Saturday. The Rangers tomorrow will be back in Surprise, taking on the San Francisco Giants. The Giants will be putting forth a split squad team. And then we wrap things up in Scottsdale Saturday afternoon with a game against the Arizona Diamondbacks, a contest that gets underway at about 1 o'clock on Saturday. And then that'll be it as far as exhibition games go here in Arizona. The Rangers will leave immediately after Saturday's game. And then Monday and Tuesday in Arlington take on the Kansas City Royals in exhibitions at Globe Life Field. Monday's game is a night game, 7:05 start. Tuesday's game, a 1:05 start. And then it's on to Philly to get the regular season started. Rangers open the season in Philadelphia Thursday of next week. So we're just a week away from the start of the 2026 campaign. Shade covering most of the field as Brandon Woodruff is out to take his final warm-up tosses before we get things underway. Jared, it's good to see you again. I don't know as though that there's a ton to be decided, but this is a Jacob Latz start where Jacob Latz figures to have a great shot at being the 5th starter or in the mix in some form. If he doesn't get appointed as the Rangers' 5th starter, you figure he's definitely going to be pitching in long relief out of the bullpen.
Yeah, and you know, we spend so much time talking about the opening day roster, and there's a reason why, because certain decisions have to be made by opening day, and the Rangers have to decide who's going to make up their bullpen and their rotation, but it's going to change, and if Jacob Latz does not start the season in the rotation, he will almost certainly get starts there as long as he stays healthy. But my guess is that Jacob Latz will be in this rotation to start the year, and he might bounce around based on need, right? It's not always who's the very best at this one role. It's how do the puzzle pieces best fit together, and his versatility is a big asset for this organization.
All right, Evan Carter stepped into the batter's box, and so we're just about to get started. The big right-hander from Mississippi, Brandon Woodruff, ready to go. Right foot in the middle of the rubber. He turns and deals, and the game's first pitch is going to be outside to Evan Carter for ball one.
Game time temperature in Phoenix is 104 degrees.
Now they're saying that the official game time temperature is 104. Really hot here. Next pitch to Evan on the outside corner for a strike. And that'll even the count here to a ball and a strike. Doug Eddings is our plate umpire here today. This is an all big league crew. Bill Miller, the crew chief, Alfonso Marquez, and Alex Tosi are the base umpires as Woodruff delivers and misses just a little bit into Carter as the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Evan, 6 for 27 so far this spring. Of his 6 hits, he's got a double, a triple, and a couple of home runs. And encouragingly, 2, he's walked 6 times. Here's the 2-1 pitch. He swings and pops it up foul, back out of play left side. And that'll square the count here to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Sun not hitting much of the field. If there is a tough Sun position right now, it would be first base. Andrew Vaughn at first is having a hard time picking up things at the plate and has his glove out in front of his face just to see what's happening as Evan swings and squirts 1 foul into the Ranger dugout on the third base side. So the count holds here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But everybody else pretty much in the shade. There's some sun hitting the outfield in right center all the way to the outfield wall. 2-2 pitch is on the inner half for a called third strike. Well, fastball catches Evan Carter looking. That's the first out in tonight's game, and it brings up Jock Peterson. And Woodruff, a guy who throughout his career has put up some really solid numbers. One of those career numbers that jumps out is his career whip. His walks plus hits to innings pitched is just a tick over 1. It's tough to hit, doesn't walk a lot of guys. Spins in a breaking pitch here for strike 1 to the lefty hitting Jock Peterson. Peterson so far this spring, 5 for 29, a 172 average, though he has drawn 5 walks. He's back in the box as far as you can go, crowding the plate as he looks at this pitch outside, and that'll make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Peterson looking out to a defense that plays him to pull in the infield, slight pull shift in the outfield as Woodruff steps back and deals, and that pitch is inside. And so that'll make it 2 balls and 1 strike. Woodruff throws a sinker and a 4-seamer. Last season about equally. Combination of those 2 pitches thrown a little bit more than 60% of the time. The 2-1, a check swing, but that pitch on the outside corner. And so the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gary Sanchez doing the catching here tonight. William Contreras figures to be their catcher most often this season. The 2-2 breaking pitch is popped up high in the air, very shallow left field. Ortiz going out. Lockridge is there, but Ortiz, the shortstop, makes the one-hand grab to get Peterson for out number 2. And that will bring up Danny Jansen. Jansen, right-handed hitter, who spent some time with the Brewers last season. Jansen with Tampa Bay most of last year, but got dealt to the Brew Crew just ahead of the trading deadline. Ended up playing in a total of 25 games with Milwaukee. And he takes a pitch over the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Jansen was on Milwaukee's postseason roster, but did not play in either the Division Series or the League Championship Series. Here comes the 0-1. Check swing. That pitch is outside. Pops out of Sanchez's mitt. And that'll make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Jansen, during his time with the Brewers last year, hit .254 and had 3 home runs in those 25 games that he played after joining Milwaukee. A 1-1 pitch coming here from Woodruff. The swing and a ball chopped foul right off the dish. And that'll make it a ball and 2 strikes. With Sanchez catching, Vaughn's at first, Hamilton's at second. Hamilton will figure to see some time at third this year with the Brewers. Ortiz, the shortstop. Rengifo getting the start at third. Lockridge in left. Mitchell in center. Frelick is in right field. The 1-2. And that pitch is delivered high. So make it 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Jansen with Ezekiel Duran waiting on deck. Woodruff, when he came back last year, his velocity was not what it had been previously, going back to the 2023 season. This pitch is popped up high in the air, drifting out of play. Sanchez in pursuit, but this one will make it into the first row of seats behind the Milwaukee dugout on the first base side. But Woodruff, whose fastball velocity last year was around 93 miles an hour, managed to mix in all of his off-speed stuff and had terrific success with those off-speed pitches, primarily the changeup and the cutter. Shaking off Sanchez here, now ready with another 2-2 offering to Danny Jansen. The pitch fouled back, straight back, high off the screen behind home plate. It's 350 down the left field line here at American Family Fields of Phoenix. It's 364 down the right field line. Big outfield here. As Woodruff readies another 2-2 offering. The right-hander kicks and fires, and a swing and a miss. Looked like the changeup that time got Jansen. So Woodruff retires the side in order here in the first. Half inning in the books. Rangers nothing. Brewers coming up. And you're listening to Rangers Spring Training Baseball on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today at 469-949-TEAM. That's 469-949-8326.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
When you open a Corona, you hear the sounds of wherever you are a little differently. A little more Corona. And you think to yourself, why am I just listening? Corona, La Playa awaits. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Bottom half of the first inning, Rangers did not score in the top half of the first. Sal Frelick to lead it off here for Milwaukee against the left-hander Jacob Latz. Again, Latz making his 5th start of the spring. 1-0 this spring with a 5.11 ERA. Lefty versus lefty matchup to get us going here in the bottom of the first. And the first offering to Frelick comes in a little bit low for ball 1. Frelick figures to be the regular right fielder for Milwaukee. Hit .288 last year, had 12 homers and 63 runs batted in. The 1-0. That pitch is high, so make it 2 balls and no strikes. Rangers in their blue tops, their red spring training caps, their gray road slacks. Here's the 2-0. A swing. Frelick fouls it off the end of his bat. That'll make it 2 balls and 1 strike. Brewers in their home white, somewhat of a cream white uni. Latz with a deep sigh here in this extreme heat. Now delivers, and he misses up top, and so the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. Frelick, a lefty who hit lefties well last season. In fact, his batting average against southpaws at .301. And Latz, of course, a guy who did very well against left-handed hitters last year. Here's a swing and a foul ball straight back. And the count runs full. Latz held lefties to a 170 mark last season. And a .541 on base plus slugging percentage. Infield here playing Frelick to pull. The outfield fan slightly toward left. And the 3-2 is lifted, foul and out of play, third base side. I mentioned the outfield dimensions here at American Family Fields of Phoenix. I incorrectly identified right field. Right field down the line is 340, and then the right field wall juts back quickly to 364. Not very far from the foul pole, but it's 340 down the right field line as Latz fires one in high, missing to Frelick here. Ball 4, and so Frelick on board with the leadoff walk.
That was a 7-pitch at bat. It wasn't like he just handed him a walk, but that is the thing that's between Jacob Latz now and Jacob Latz taking the next step. And he's even talked about just striking his pitches with more consistency, especially in tough counts like that.
Had a little bit of a walk problem his last 2 times out. Here's a swing and a miss by Joey Ortiz. The bat goes flying over near the Ranger dugout, picked up by the Skip Schumacher. So strike one here to Ortiz. More well known for his defense at short, although he can be dangerous at times at the plate. Did well with men in scoring position last year. Ortiz, right-handed hitter who hit .230 overall, having a good spring. He's 10 for 23 so far this spring. Latz looking right at Frelick, who stole 19 bases last year, and Jacob misses up and in here. That was a bad miss. And the count now at 1-1 strike. Latz, his last time out against the Rockies, walked 3 in 4 innings. And his time out before that against the Giants in Scottsdale, he walked 3 in 3 1/3. A swing here and a ball popped up down the right field line. Bride giving chase, but this one drops into foul ground. Neither Bride at first or Osuna in right were close to being able to make a play there. So the count to Ortiz now at 1-2 strikes. Latz walking up the back slope of the hill, gets that left foot planted on the first base side of the rubber. A long hold, and now the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Takes care of Ortiz with an elevated fastball, and that's the first out here in the bottom half of the first inning. Brings up Christian Yelich. Hey, the Rangers ballpark pass built for nonstop baseball all season long. It's your pass to be able to unlock access to every home game except for opening day. And that includes giveaway nights and marquee matchups, and you can choose to get a monthly pass for $49.99 or an annual pass for $249.99. And to purchase, go to Rangers.com/ballparkpass. First offering here to the lefty hitting Yelich. Misses for ball 1. Yelich, the designated hitter. And a snap throw over to first, and Frelick dives back to the bag safely. Yelich last year hit .264, but had 29 home runs and drove in 103, a 3-time All-Star, 2-time batting champ, and the 2018 National League MVP, playing now at the age of 34, figures to be the DH for Milwaukee. Takes a high strike here, and the count now at 1-1 strike. In the top of the first, we had the sun hitting the field in spots. That is not a problem now. Sun's been setting here in the Phoenix area a little after 6:40 or so. So sun will be setting here soon as Yelich lifts one out of play on the left side. And the count now at 1-2 strikes. Rangers with Latz on the hill, Jansen doing the catching, Bride at first, Haggerty at second today, Wade's at third, and Duran is at short. Zeke pretty much up the middle here as Yelich awaits the 1-2 pitch. And that's down and in. Make it 2-2 strikes in the Texas outfield. Canna getting the start in left, Carter is in center, and Osuna in right field. Frelick edging away from first. Bride a step off of the bag in toward the pitcher Latz. As Jacob lifts the leg, comes home with a 2-2, and a swing and a foul tip caught by Jansen. He chased one there, and that pitch was up. So Yelich strikes out, so a pair of Ks here for Jacob Latz, and that'll bring up Andrew Vaughn, the first baseman. Vaughn right-handed hitter, batting .308 last year. Had 9 home runs and 46 runs batted in. Having a good spring, hitting .364 here in Cactus League play with 5 extra base hits. As Latz tosses one in down toward the back foot of Vaughn for ball 1. Vaughn picked up by the Brewers last year from the White Sox. That deal was in June for pitcher Aaron Savali. Here's a throw over to first, and Frelick back to the bag standing up. Tell you what, given the heat here, nice crowd for this Thursday night game here in Maryvale, and more people filing in. The 1-0. Swinging a bouncing ball over third, but foul. That goes off of Tyler Wade's glove, but it was foul, so the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. I think about Andrew Vaughn. Think about the ball that he hit a few years ago in Chicago, where Travis Jankowski was playing in left field and went up over the wall and left in Chicago to rob Vaughn of what would have been a walk-off 3-run home run. Frelick takes off. The pitch is a strike. Throw to second, and safe at second base is Frelick. The throw caught by Sam Haggerty. The throw was a little bit to the third base side of second, and Frelick went in head first. Haggerty, a nice job applying the tag, but it was just a little bit late.
Would have loved to have been able to see a replay there, but Frelick, super athlete, and that's how the Brewers like to win games in the regular season. They use their athleticism to get extra 90s, but that was a nice job by Jansen trying to make a play out of that, and Haggerty as well.
1-2 the count. The 1-2 pitch is hit sharply up the middle. Almost hit Frelick. It's out into center. Frelick around third. Carter's throw will be cut by Bryant at the mound. It's an RBI single for Andrew Vaughn to give Milwaukee a 1-0 lead.
Now, Vaughn's a guy who was a top draft pick out of Cal with the White Sox. Don't know what happened, why it didn't work out, but change of scenery, and he's become a much different player. And that right there, again, that's what the Brewers do. Turn a walk into a double with the stolen base and a base hit to score a run. I mean, it's not sexy, but it gets the job done.
And it comes with 2 out. The stolen base vital to the run scoring here as Mitchell stands in on the left side and takes this pitch outside for ball 1. And Milwaukee won more games during the regular season than anyone in baseball last year. They won 97 games last season. This pitch in there for a strike. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. They beat the Cubs in the division series and then ran into the Dodgers and got swept in the National League Championship Series. But a team that figures to be strong again in 2026 as Latz is high with the 1-1. And the count goes to 2 balls and a strike on the speedy center fielder Garrett Mitchell. Mitchell last year appearing in just 25 games for Milwaukee. Here's a swing and a miss. And a little bit of a bail on that swing, and the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hit .206 last year with the Brewers in 4 seasons with Milwaukee. Career big league batting average of .254. Playing at the age of 27. Here's swing and a miss on a fastball a bit up and away, and he strikes out Mitchell. So all 3 outs here in the first coming via the strikeout for Latz, but the Brewers are on the board. They get a run on a hit. They leave a man. We head to the second. It's 1-0 Milwaukee. This is Rangers spring training baseball on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
The biggest weekend in rodeo is coming to Arlington, Texas. The American Rodeo Championship Weekend returns May 22nd and 23rd at Globe Life Field, with special live performances from 2-time Grammy-nominated Midland on Friday and country superstar Chris Young on Saturday. This is rodeo at its finest, and the only place to experience it is Globe Life Field. Don't wait. Tickets are on sale now at AmericanRodeo.com.
Ever wondered what it takes to move all the gear to support 75 players, a dozen trainers, and a Palomino to Surprise, Arizona? PGL, Rangers captain, and all your Texas Rangers know that it's a big job, and PGL is proud to be the official team logistics partner.
Visit shippgl.com/Rangers or call 833-SHIP-PGL to talk with one of our experts to take care of your business. From Surprise to Singapore and everywhere in between, we'll get you in the game.
Oh, it's popping at Tropical Smoothie Cafe with the new Tropi Boba Bowls with juicy poppin' boba, available now for a limited time only. Take your pick from an acai base topped with mango-flavored Tropi Boba or strawberry-flavored Tropi Boba. Pop in and try the new Tropi Boba Bowls today at Tropical Smoothie Cafe, the official smoothie of the Texas Rangers.
Ezekiel Duran to lead it off for the Rangers here in the top half of the second. Rangers down 1-0. Brandon Woodruff had a clean first. Here we go to the second. And to describe it all for you, Jared Sandler.
Hey, thanks, Matt. Our engineer, Matt Prelip's worried because he had Duke winning it all. They just squeaked by Siena. Duran fouls back, not winning it all? Arizona, okay, all right. Well, picking Duke to win it all is a big mistake, always.
Is Arizona the last team west of the Mississippi to...
1997 to win it.
To win it?
The 0-1 to Duran, and Woodruff's pitch misses low. Zeke's had a nice camp. Trying to win a spot on the team as a utility player and option off the bench for Skip Schumacher, someone who in 2023 played a big role on the ball club for the first few months when Corey Seager went down with an injury. He swings and hits one deep down the left field line, but it's looking foul. And that right there, even though it was foul, is a nice sight to see. Ezekiel Duran without a regular season home run in over a year. And this is not a guy who hits some wall scrapers. He's someone who's got the ability, he's demonstrated the ability to hit some no-doubt loud home runs. 1-2, fouled back.
Well, I would disagree with you there because it scraped the wall, in this case the outer wall, not the wall that's 350 down the left field line. That ball was crushed.
Yeah. 1-2 strikes. Woodruff covers his face with his black glove, spread out wide, and the pitch. Duran swings and hits one in the air, slicing towards the right fielder. That's Frelick who's underneath it. He makes the catch. And there's one away. So that brings up Mark Canha. Canha's a guy who came into camp, or when he arrived in Surprise, a little bit after pitchers and catchers reported, and right around the time position players reported. People thought maybe would have the inside track to be left-handed beater, a right-handed hitting option to face lefties as a DH off the bench as he swings and fouls a pitch back, and that one's out of play. He got to a little bit of a slow start, and then Andrew McCutchen decided that, hey, maybe the Rangers would be his next stop. And they kind of, I don't want to say they do the same thing, but they might fill the same role. So could be tough to keep both guys, but Mark Canha's turned out to have a nice camp. And he comes into play tonight hitting .324. The 0-1. Fastball just outside. Woodruff misses. That's a sinker just under 93. The Brewers have had a lot of really talented starting pitchers over the last several years, and Brandon Woodruff kind of seems like their version of Nathan Eovaldi. The 1-1, that's upstairs. A leader type, someone who's maybe underrated in terms of how well recognized he is around the league. Maybe not always the sexiest, but just so good. The 2-1, Canha swings and pops one off the end of the bat. Short center field, it's the shortstop Ortiz back onto the grass a few steps beyond the dirt. He makes the catch. And we've got 2 outs in the top of the second with the Brewers leading 1-0.
You look at his career stats, and just every year, it seems like the biggest thing is just staying healthy and staying on the field. I think he's only had one full season where he's basically been in the rotation all year long. So if he can continue what he did last year, he'll be at the top of this rotation for sure.
First pitch to Sam Haggerty. And that misses a little bit low and away. A cutter from Woodruff, maybe over the outside corner, but below the zone. Haggerty, a switch hitter, batting from the left side. 1-0. Swinging a ball chopped on the ground to seconds. And it's gobbled up by Hamilton, who throws over to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Brandon Woodruff. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Brewers on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Baseball didn't start with bright lights and packed stadiums. It started on dusty fields with worn gloves and players chasing something bigger than the game.
This is your Progressive Progress in Sports.
Over time, the game evolved. Stronger athletes, smarter strategy, new voices, new legends. Progress isn't instant. It's inning by inning and pitch by pitch. And now, a Progressive ad brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big. See if you could save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or Progressive.com.
You love your land. During Kubota Orange Days, you'll love all the great deals. With versatile compact tractors, professional-grade mowers, and durable utility vehicles, Kubota equipment can help you turn dream projects into reality. Kubota Orange Days is here, and so are the best deals of the year. Now through June 30th, get select compact tractors with 0% financing available or save up to $5,500. Sale ends soon. Go to KubotaOrangeDays.com or stop by your local dealer for more information.
1-0 Brewers. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Jacob Latz gave up a walk to Sal Frelick. He stole second and then scored on an Andrew Vaughn single. That's how the Brewers got on the board in the bottom of the first. It's now Gary Sanchez, Luis Rengifo, and Brandon Lockridge due up for the Brewers in the bottom of the second. Broadcast brought to you by our friends at O'Reilly Auto Parts. For all your car care needs, get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. First pitch to Sanchez is popped up back foul and out of play. Sanchez burst onto the scene with the Yankees as a big-time power threat behind the plate. Didn't quite stay on the trajectory that maybe was set for him by his rookie year, but that one is absolutely blasted. Trajectory on that, headed towards the berm. A solo home run for Gary Sanchez. He took a Jacob Latz changeup that was center cut and deposited that one to all the folks hanging out on the grass. And the Brewers lead 2-0.
Yeah, to a guy like Gary Sanchez, you can't leave a pitch in that spot. And while his batting average over the years has not been perhaps what he wanted or his on-base percentage, in key spots he can deliver the big blow.
So here's Luis Rengifo, former Angel. I feel like Sanchez does that a decent amount against the Rangers.
Yep.
First pitch to Rengifo. That one's blasted to left center field. That one's back, and that one's out of here. Another berm shot to left center. Luis Rengifo with a solo homer. 3-0 Brewers in the bottom of the second.
Well, when you're talking about strengths for Jacob Latz, keeping the ball in the ballpark has been a strength. Last year, in 85 2/3 innings, he gave up just 7 home runs. That's just 0.7 home runs per 9 innings of work. So giving up a couple of home runs in a start is odd. Giving them up in back-to-back pitches, it just doesn't happen.
There's Brandon Lockridge. First pitch, strike called. I'm not smart, so I couldn't even begin to surmise how this might impact things. But 100-degree heat here in Arizona outdoors, does that lend to the ball traveling? I feel like it might.
Yeah, because there's not a whole lot in the way of wind right now.
But yeah, the heat just cuts through the thickness, and I don't know how this works. I'm just trying to piece things together. The 1-1 is a breaking ball in there for a strike.
Well, when you piece it together with pitches that shouldn't have been thrown in that location, maybe the ball travels far piece.
The 1-2, check swing in the dirt. He went around, blocked by Jansen. Ball trickles up the third base line. He gathers it and throws to Jonah Bride to complete the strikeout. Yeah, I was pretty good at multiplication tables, but the atmospheric pressures and humidity and
you missed meteorology day.
I think I was there. I just probably was uninterested. Here's Hamilton. His Texas Longhorns leading the BYU Cougars right now with under a minute to go in the second half of their opening round matchup. The first pitch to Hamilton swung on a miss. For Texas, their second matchup, they were in the first four. 0-1. And that misses outside.
Well, your feeling, your gut instinct is correct. Hotter it is.
Yeah.
The ball flies farther.
I had full confidence in that. Hamilton, a lefty. The lefty Latz comes home. Hamilton tries to bunt for a hit to the right side, but bunts through, and even if he didn't go around, that pitch was right down the middle, so the count's 1-2.
Looking at the interwebs here, Jared, warm air is less dense than cold air, meaning that the ball encounters less resistance as it travels, and I'll tell you how much here after this next pitch.
The 1-2. Chop towards the middle, backhanded by Haggerty. Has to throw on the run, and it's handcuffed by Bride to the dirt. He's unable to scoop it. I'd like to ask Corey Ragsdale, the infield coach, if Jonah Bride played that one fundamentally sound, but he didn't end up with a great hop. It's possible that he could have helped create a better hop for himself, but a hit credited to the speedy Hamilton. So 1 on and 1 out in the bottom of the second with the Brewers leading 3-0. First pitch, Hamilton goes, and on the transfer, Jansen loses handle of it, so Hamilton steals second. Pitch was a strike to Sal Frelick.
All right, so
pie squared.
According, I don't know if pie's involved here. Although pie would be good even on a hot day. But we'll tell you about how far a ball travels based upon the increase in heat.
0-1, Hamilton bouncing around at second. Latz kicks the lefty's pitch, and he misses with a changeup, throwing a left-on-left changeup to Frelick. The count 1-1.
Okay, so for every 10 degrees Fahrenheit that the temperature goes up, a baseball will travel roughly 3 feet farther.
The 1-1. Frelick in the air to right field, but easy play for the retreating right fielder Osuna. He makes the catch. Hamilton tags from second, heads to third. 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. Frelick didn't really get a great hold of that one.
So in other words, it was 104 when we started, according to the official temperature. So it's probably, about 102 right now. About 20 degrees warmer than it would normally be. So that means that those balls that were hit for home runs by Sanchez and Rengifo probably traveled about 6 or so feet farther tonight than they would have otherwise if we'd been playing in normal conditions, temperature about 80 degrees.
But that doesn't even factor in the dryness of the air and the altitude and stuff like that, right? That is just raw temperature.
Correct.
Okay. So here's Joey Ortiz hitting from the right side. First pitch from Latz. And he goes over the inside corner with a slider for a strike in the count 0-1. A challenge by Joey Ortiz forthcoming as we await the result from the video board out in left field, and that pitch was correctly challenged. That was a ball. And frankly, not that close, about 2.8 inches off the plate, according to my measurement from the booth.
Eagle Eye Jared.
So they call me EJ. Latz at the bell, kicks. And that one is hit on a soft line to short. Backhanded pick by Duran. Gets up, fires to first. Bride with the scoop attempt, but it goes by him. It ricochets off the sidewall just beyond the Brewers' dugout. A base hit credited to Ortiz. Hamilton scores from third. If Bride's able to pick that, perhaps he's out. And by he, I mean Ortiz. That was a tremendous effort by Duran. The runner stays put at first, by the way. That ball stayed in play. And Skip Schumacher's going to go out to the mound, and he's going to take Jacob Latz out, perhaps just to get him out for the rest of this inning. We'll see whether or not this is for the game. Remember, in spring training, guys can re-enter, so we'll have to wait to find out about that. But we have a pitching change from Phoenix. It's 4-0 Brewers. 2 outs in the bottom of the second on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's most iconic companies. Now, we're bringing that same professional-grade expertise to today's builders. The kitchen table entrepreneurs, the first-time storefronts, and late-night dreamers with big ambitions. Because banking built for success shouldn't just be for big business. It should be for anyone building something that matters. Let's build something together at Comerica.com/succeed. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A., member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
Hi, this is the stomach speaking. It feels like breakfast was months ago. So please address immediately with Quick Trip's new $5 delicious combo. I hear you get 2 roller grill items, a Big Q fountain drink, and a bag of chips for just $5. If current crisis is not addressed, repercussions may result in embarrassment, such as leaving the gas tank open, saying yes to helping your friend move, and agreeing to run for the HOA. Pull into the closest QT and fill up soon, only for a limited time.
Bubba on the mound for the Rangers. That's the nickname for Anthony Huopi Tuionitoa. You get a lot of points in Scrabble with his name. He was traded to the White Sox by the Rangers a couple years ago for Robbie Grossman, but was re-signed this offseason as a minor league free agent. And the first pitch he throws is a 93-mile-an-hour fastball that misses upstairs to Christian Yelich. You thought I was just going to go with Bubba. You didn't think I had the courage to say his full name. I know you.
You know
didn't
what?
Believe in me.
No, I did. I better you than me.
1-0 pitch. Strike at the top of the zone. He pulled the string on him with a changeup. Count 1-1 to the former MVP. Yelich, not that caliber player these days, but still a really good player for this Brewers ball club, though not this spring. He's hitting 105 this spring. Snap throw to first. Ortiz back with the dive. Jacob Latz exits with 41 pitches under his belt. It's unclear whether or not he's going to come back. He can do that in spring training. You obviously can't do that in the regular season. 1-1. Pitch in the dirt. Picked to the backhand by Jansen. Count 2 balls and a strike. I'm not totally sure how Skip Schumacher is going to handle the exhibition games on Monday and Tuesday against the Royals. It's possible this is Latz's last start before the regular season. Or he might start that second game on Tuesday, the 2-1, a swing and a miss. Count 2-2. Bubba bringing the Bubba there. He works on the first base side of the rubber. Bride holding Ortiz on at first. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Pumps a fastball by him at 95. And that ends the inning. So Bubba with a strikeout. We go to the third. It's 4-0 Brewers on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
Hi, this is the stomach speaking. It feels like breakfast was months ago. So please address immediately with Quick Trip's new $5 delicious combo. I hear you get 2 roller grill items, a Big Q fountain drink, and a bag of chips for just $5. If current crisis is not addressed, repercussions may result in embarrassment, such as leaving the gas tank open, saying yes to helping your friend move, and agreeing to run for the HOA. Pull into the closest QT and fill up soon, only for a limited time.
Hey Rangers fans, the 2026 MLB season is here, and SeatGeek has your ticket to all the Rangers action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of every home team win. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Rangers games or to any other live event in the greater Dallas area, SeatGeek has your seat. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of your Texas Rangers. Your ticket to the best game of your life. SeatGeek.
Luxor Staffing, official staffing partner of the Texas Rangers, has hundreds of open positions in warehouse distribution, manufacturing, and more. Come work with some of DFW's best employers. Great pay, excellent benefits, multiple shifts, and endless opportunities for promotion. Luxor has 10 convenient locations in DFW ready to find a perfect job for you. All Luxor offices have experienced bilingual professionals ready to help you now. Visit us online today at luxorstaffing.com and find the office closest to you. Apply today and work tomorrow for Luxor Staffing, DFW's premier staffing agency.
Hey, Rangers fans. Baseball's back. Regular season around the corner. It's actually a week away. But the Rangers' home opener isn't until April 3rd. We hope to see you at the Yard April 3rd, 4th, and 5th against the Cincinnati Reds. Tickets are available. Go to Rangers.com. Tyler Wade leading off the top of the third. The Rangers trailing 4-0. First pitch to the lefty. Wade is up and away. Back-to-back home runs in the bottom of the second for the Brewers from Gary Sanchez and Luis Rengifo. You know, I mentioned that I feel like Sanchez has done that a time or two against the Rangers. His career numbers against the Rangers pretty impressive. The 1-0 strike and the count 1-1. .299 career average against the Rangers. Context, this is a guy who hits .224. Or has hit .224 over the course of his career. But the slug numbers are impressive. The 1-1 is swing and a miss way down in front of a changeup. Sanchez with a .732 slugging percentage against the Rangers over 31 games in his career. 12 homers in 31 games. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Wade. The pitch, Woodruff just misses outside. He went back to the changeup. A little bit off the plate, count 2-2. So 2 pitch, bouncing ball towards the middle, and that one gets through into center field for a base hit. Wade puts it in play and makes something happen. Leadoff base runner for the Rangers in the top of the third.
First base runner for the Rangers here today. He's a little bit off balance when he made contact, but with Hamilton playing him to pull, almost being midway between first and second, that gave him enough room to be able to get that one out into center.
So here's Alejandro Osuna. Back with the Rangers after a stint with Team Mexico in the WBC. And he swings to the first pitch. That one sent down the third base side. Fair ball. It bounces into foul territory and ricochets off the sidewall. Wade rounds third. He comes home. The relay throw is held onto and softly tossed to third. Wade scores. Osuna in a second with an RBI double, and the Rangers are on the board in the top of the third.
Alejandro just did get that one inside the line, and that ball goes all the way into the corner. Wade runs really well. And I looked up after seeing where the ball was hit into the corner, expecting to see Wade perhaps midway between second and third. He was a stride from third, so he was off and running on the jump there and scored easily.
Here's Jonah Bride, first pitch. Strike called at the top of the zone. Woodruff set of the belt, checks Osuna. 0-1, strike over the outside corner. Nice cutter That splits the black in the count, 0-2. Actually, taking a look at it, caught more of the plate than I thought from up here. 0-2. Swinging a tip foul. Bride stays alive.
Yeah, that cutter was a really good pitch for Woodruff last year. Again, in limited time, he didn't start pitching until July and made a total of 12 starts. But it's a pitch usually designed to get weak contact, and he got a couple of outs on that cutter in the second inning.
0-2. Swing and a miss. Tipped into the mitt of the catcher Sanchez, but Woodruff fires one by Bride for the first out here in the the top of the third. So that brings Evan Carter back to the plate, leadoff man for the Rangers, hitting for the second time. He led off the game, getting called out on strikes against Woodruff. Left-handed hitting Carter with a slightly open stance. Swings to the first pitch, and that one's fisted foul to the back of the Brewers dugout. Count 0-1. Carter's got a two-tone bat. It's a rich brown color in the barrel, and then looks like black or a dark brown color the bottom half of the stick. 0-1. Wave and a miss. Change up below the zone, and the count's 0-2. At the belt, the pitch. Outside, changeup misses. Carter lays off, count 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, upstairs. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Check swing, but Carter didn't go around.
It's a tough pitch to lay off at 1-2. Fastball a little bit up. A lot of guys will go after that.
Two. Fouled back. Osuna still at second after his RBI double. Carter fell behind 0-2, but about to see a sixth pitch against Woodruff. Osuna bouncing around at second. Ortiz near the bag. The 2-2. Up and in. Carter jackknifes out of the way on the sinker, and the count's gone full.
It's a nice job to battle back from 0-2 to get it to a full count against a quality pitcher.
Woodruff gets the sign. Full count, 1 out. Payoff pitch. Downstairs, ball 4. So Evan Carter goes from 0-2 to a walk. Rangers now with runners at first and second and 1 out. And that brings up Jock Peterson, who represents the tying run in what is a 4-1 Brewers lead. Jock still looking to leave the yard for the first time this spring. Still looking for his first RBI this spring. Now's not a bad time for that.
Nope. Really, really good plate appearance by Evan Carter. And again, against a guy in Brandon Woodruff, not just a top-notch pitcher, but a guy that doesn't walk a lot of guys. He laid off some tough pitches and ended up drawing a walk. And while Evan doesn't have a ton of hits here this spring, I think that his deciphering where pitches are, his swing decisions have been pretty good.
So here's Peterson. 1 out, runners at first and second. First pitch, Jock, a big swing and a miss. He was way out in front on a changeup. And the count's 0-1. Peterson coming off a down year, but there's a lot of hope that he's going to bounce back here in 2026. Rangers certainly would love to have a strong Jock Peterson in the middle of the order against righties. Pitch to Peterson, misses in tight. And one of the reasons why I think it would be great for Jock to just get back something close to form is because he has the type of at-bat quality when he's going right that this team would benefit from. 1-1. Big cut and a miss. Another changeup. Count 1-2. But Jock's someone who can draw a walk. He'll work the count. He can see some pitches for you.
He is definitely a workout for opposing pitchers.
He calls time, down 1-2 with Danny Jansen waiting on deck. The 1-2. That's high. Another changeup from Woodruff that was not well located. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 big light stanchions in the outfield, one in left center and one in right center, and the rest are lining the field from foul pole all the way around home plate to foul pole. 2-2. Swinging a foul back. Peterson spoiling the fastball after seeing some changeups. He was behind the fastball, but able to stay alive. It was the first true fastball he's seen from Woodruff this at bat. He had seen a cutter and a few changeups.
And that pitch was definitely in the zone, so a late decision to swing, but he got a piece of it.
2-2. Swinging a ball, fouled first base side.
There's some lengthy at-bats here. Tyler Wade got his leadoff single on the 5th pitch of that at-bat. Carter walked on 7 pitches. This is going to be the 7th pitch that Peterson sees.
24th of the inning for Woodruff. Starting to get someone throwing in the Brewers' pen, it appears. 2-2. Swing and a miss. He goes upstairs with the fastball. He gets Peterson, and it would have been a ball. Peterson chases, and that's going to be it for Woodruff here in the 3rd as Pat Murphy exits the dugout. So with a pitch count getting up there in the top of the 3rd on this pretty warm Thursday night, Pat Murphy is going to give Woodruff a break for the rest of this half inning. Rangers with 1st and 2nd and 2 outs, trailing 4-1. We'll step aside for this on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
A happy place comes in many colors. Whatever your color, bring happiness home with CertaPro Painters and make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. During our spring sales event, get 10% off any home painting project, $2,500 or more. When you schedule before May 15th at participating locations, get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
With X the Cash scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery, you could multiply the cash by 30, 50, 100, or even 200 times. And when you multiply the cash, you multiply the celebration. With top prizes from $60,000 up to $1 million, it's the easiest way to multiply your luck or enter for a chance to win VIP experiences. Play X the Cash scratch tickets today. Must be 18 or older. Play responsibly.
Gather around, Ranger fans, for the Golden Chick Dot Race. Make your picks, red, blue, or green. And they're off. Red quickly pulls ahead with blue and green coming up fast as they round the turn. My stomach reminds me that dinner is also just around the corner. I'm hungry for some crispy, delicious fried chicken. Juicy and tender Golden Chick is the winner in my book. And who wins the Golden Chick Dot Race? It's a photo finish with green taking the checkered flag by a nose.
2 on, 2 outs in the top of the 3rd inning. The Brewers leading 4-1, and a new pitcher in for Brandon Woodruff, who has been removed in the top of the 3rd, likely to re-enter in the 4th. It's Joe Corbett, where the number 84, the righty facing Danny Jansen, and the first pitch in there for a strike. Jansen, who grew up in Appleton, Wisconsin, but Matt, he was a Bears fan. He was 30 minutes away from Green Bay.
Enemy territory.
I was a little disappointed to hear that. That's okay. He seems like a great guy. Calls Elmhurst, Illinois, his home these days. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. A breaking ball that bends low and away. And the count 0-2 to Jansen. Osuna still at second after his RBI double. Carter at first. He drew a walk against Woodruff. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Jansen tried to hold up on a similar breaking ball from Corbett. He chases the slider, and that ends the inning. So we're through 2.5. The Rangers get on the board, but still trail 4-1 on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
It's come down to this moment. Bottom of the ninth and 2 outs. The Rangers need a run.
The toughest moments call for strong support.
Pitcher quickly checks first base. And the pitch.
That's why people trust Globe Life.
Deep to right field. Back. It's out of here.
That's why millions of people trust Globe Life to help protect what matters most.
That's a big win for the Rangers.
Globe Life. Make tomorrow better.
As the original American single malt from Texas, Balcones Distilling has been leading the recently ratified American single malt movement from the beginning, right from the heart of Texas. Whether using high-quality Texas grains, collaborating with the uncompromising climate, or adapting to let local flavors flourish, Balcones intentionally crafts every bottle of award-winning whiskey to deliver a true taste of this great state. Balcones, the official Texas whiskey of your Texas Rangers. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly.
With X the Cash scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery, you could multiply the cash by 30, 50, 100, or even 200 times. And when you multiply the cash, you multiply the celebration. With top prizes from $60,000 up to $1 million, it's the easiest way to multiply your luck or enter for a chance to win VIP experiences. Play X the Cash scratch tickets today. Must be 18 or older. Play responsibly.
4-1, the Brewers are leading the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the third. Let's pause for station identification on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
Your home of Texas Rangers baseball. KRLD-FM and HD1 Dallas-Fort Worth. We are 105.3, The Fan.
Hey, Rangers fans, this copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Texas Rangers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Rangers Baseball, LLC. Here's Andrew Vaughn. He's got an RBI base hit. Right-handed hitter, and the first pitch he sees from Jacob Latz, who's back in the ball game, is a breaking ball that bends in for a strike. Now, Eric and I discussed this last night, Hicksy. When's the last time you disseminated something? The 0-1. Strike over the inside corner. Latz throws a slider and counts 0-2.
We're actually doing that right now. Every second, aren't we disseminating information to our listening audience?
Can't confirm or deny. The 0-2.
Okay.
Breaking ball that tumbles upstairs. That was the curveball from Latz. The count 1-2.
I think Matt Prelip, our engineer, teaches a course on dissemination. Don't you, Matt? I think.
What is it means like to spread, right? The 1-2. Line drive, hooked down the left field line, a base hit. Backhanded in left field by Canna, who fires it back towards the infield, keeping Vaughn to a single. But he scooped that changeup from Latz and is able to get on base with his second single of the night.
Just hooked it, and a nice job by Canada to hustle over and keep Vaughn from stretching that out into a double. Yeah, just to disseminate, to tell, to relay.
First pitch to Mitchell, hit on the ground to second, booted by Haggerty. It trickles onto the outfield grass, and everyone's safe. Might have been a tough double play chance with Mitchell's speed, but certainly could have gotten the lead runner. Looked like Haggerty was trying to turn two before he could get one, and the error gives the Brewers runners at first and second with nobody out in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, you could see as he was fielding the ball, he was turning his upper body to be able to make that throw to second. Just did not secure what should have been a fairly easy play, as you say, to at least get the lead runner.
Here's Sanchez. He homered his first time. The first pitch outside. Latz twirls the ball behind his back as he looks in for the sign. Now set, standing upright. Lifts the leg, the 1-0. Swinging a foul back this way, just beneath us.
I heard a story earlier today Rick Riz, the broadcaster for the Seattle Mariners, who is going to be in his final season broadcasting, last year in this booth, took a foul ball in the forehead.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
The 1-1. Fastball from Latz just misses. Up here, that one was inside, but a little bit above the knees. Count 2-1 to Sanchez.
So we have to be mindful of that. Be ready.
Runners at first and second, the 2-1. Strike called. Fastball from Latz over the outer half of the plate. Count 2-2.
And if we're not ready and one of us gets hit, we might end up disseminating all inside this booth.
We could have some blood disseminating. So, back to dissemination in a second. The 2-2. Breaking ball upstairs. So just to confirm, to make sure I fully understand that copyright disclaimer, disseminating is spreading information, but you wouldn't run the dissemination offense, right? The spread offense wouldn't otherwise be known as the dissemination offense. That's two different types of spread.
Yeah, I would agree.
3-2. High ball 4. Well, Latz gave up the single to begin the inning. Bad luck with the error charge to Haggerty, but doesn't help himself out by walking Sanchez. So the bases are loaded, nobody out. Jordan Teague's going to go out to the mound and have a conversation with Latz before Luis Rengifo bats. Like Sanchez, Rengifo hit a home run back in the second inning. And now he's up with the bases juiced and nobody on. Or nobody out.
So dissemination basically means to spread or distribute information, knowledge, or ideas widely, similar to sowing seeds. It's frequently used, in fact, to describe broadcasting news, or in this case, broadcasting the news of what's happening in this Rangers spring training affair.
Well, we would appreciate that if you do choose to disseminate, you do so with the express written consent of Rangers Baseball LLC. Not the slow written consent, but this is the express way. We need it freaky fast. There's Luis Rengifo. The meeting on the mound is concluded as Latz looks to get out of a jam. Vaughn at third, Mitchell at second, Sanchez at first. First pitch to Rengifo. He swings and pops one up. Short center field. And the center fielder, Carter, jogging in, makes the catch. Vaughn tags from third, now stops as Carter delivers a nice throw on one hop to Jansen. Carter not necessarily known for his arm strength, but that was a solid throw. And I think had Vaughn continued with his tagging effort, he probably would have been out.
Yeah, Vaughn not a great base runner. And the throw from Evan was a one-hopper that took Jansen a few steps toward third base, so probably a good decision.
Here's Lockridge, first pitch. Wave and a miss. Change up from Latz near the bottom of the zone, and the count's 0-1. Latz set of the belt. Lifts the leg. Left arm comes around. There's a line drive. Base hit fair down the left field line. Past the dive of Wade as it caroms towards the corner. One run scores. Mitchell scores. Sanchez stops at third. The relay held on to by Duran. That was a changeup that I think, Matt, was below the zone. I don't know that was close to being a strike, but Lockridge still got a good part of the bat on it and ripped it past Wade just inside the chalk.
Yeah, and Wade was not playing on the line. He was a few feet away from third base, made a diving attempt, and he went right by his glove just inside the line.
Walking for the Rangers, number 98, Dane Acker, 98 Acker.
Well, you could probably hear that. Dane Acker warming, David Hamilton batting. The first pitch is swing and a miss. Latz about to throw his 57th pitch, and again, this is just the bottom of the third inning, and remember, game time temperature of 104. 0-1, and that one is sliced towards the alley in left center. Carter racing after, reaches out. He can't get it. One hopping off the wall. Sanchez scores, and right behind him, a run scored by Lockridge is up to second. Goes Hamilton, a 2-run double, and the Brewers are leading 8-1.
Well, Hamilton more known for his speed than the pop of his bat. And again, we mentioned this outfield playing surface here in Maryvale is pretty big, a lot of room. And Carter was playing him in a little bit, not playing him to be able to drive the ball deep. Evan went back to his right. One more stride. He makes the catch there. Sanchez would have tagged and scored anyway, but it gets past Evan, and 2 more come in.
Well, that's going to do it for Latz. Skip Schumacher takes the ball from the lefty, and this might be it for Jacob. I don't know that he's going to come back into the game. Dane Acker going to try and get the Rangers out of this in the bottom of the third. 8-1, Brewers leading. We'll step aside on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
At last, Texas Rangers baseball is back at the ballpark. And you'll want to be there April 3rd, 4th, and 5th when Corey Seager, Wyatt Langford, and the Rangers face off against Ellie De La Cruz and the Cincinnati Reds for a weekend series that counts. Don't miss the joy and fun and energy of the season's first home games. Grab your tickets at Rangers.com. That's right. All for Texas.
It's come down to this moment. Bottom of the ninth and 2 outs. The Rangers need a run.
The toughest moments call for strong support.
Pitcher quickly checks first base. And the pitch.
That's why people trust Globe Life.
Deep to right field. Back. It's out of here.
That's why millions of people trust Globe Life to help protect what matters most.
That's a big win for the Rangers.
Globe Life. Make tomorrow better.
There's a big deal going on at Whataburger. Our new Big Ranch Wrap is just $3 with a crispy chicken strip, buttermilk ranch, cheese, and fresh veggies in a warm tortilla. Or for $4, go bigger with 5 premium Whata chicken bites. Or go bigger than big with a Bacon Cheese Whataburger Jr. with fresh 100% beef and melty cheese for just $5. Add fries and a drink for just $2.49. Now that's a big deal. The Whata Deal, now at What a Burger. For a limited time at participating locations. Download the app.
First pitch from Dane Acker to Sal Frelick in there for a strike. A 93-mile-an-hour fastball from the righty. Acker standing tall on the first base side of the rubber, comes set. Runner at second, the 0-1. Breaking ball that dives into the zone. A nice pitch by Acker. That's a curveball in the low 80s, and the count's 0-2. Acker spent most of last season with AAA Round Rock, appearing in 30 games, 29 of those appearances as a reliever. The 0-2 downstairs. He's had some injury issues. At one point, Acker was a starting pitcher. As a matter of fact, for most of his time with the Rangers, he has been a starting pitcher, but pitching out of the bullpen almost exclusively last year. The 1-2. Swinging a tapper back to the mound. Gloved by Acker in front of the hill. Gathers, throws to first. It's low, but Bride crouches to receive it before it hits the dirt. And we've got 2 outs in the bottom of the third for Joey Ortiz. Acker was originally drafted out of high school by the Diamondbacks, and then was drafted again out of San Jacinto College. Drafted by the Diamondbacks out of San Jac, and then drafted by the Athletics out of OU. Pitch to Ortiz, fouled back. OU was the third of 3 college stops for Acker. Rice, San Jacinto, and then OU. And Acker is a guy the Rangers acquired from the Athletics organization before the 2021 season. The 0-1, that's low. The Rangers got Acker in a 5-player deal with the A's that sent Chris Davis and Jonah Heim to the Rangers. Elvis Andrus and catcher Aramis Garcia to the A's. 1-1. That's outside. Count 2-1. Of course, Acker is the last man standing in that deal. Davis didn't last the full season with the Rangers, and Jonah Heim designated for assignment this offseason. 2-1. Fastball, strike over the outside corner at 94. Over the top delivery for Acker, creating a unique angle. So we got 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the bottom of the third. It's 8-1. The Rangers are trailing the Brewers. Runner at third. Acker with the kick and the pitch. Low and away with a slider laid off by Ortiz. That pitch snapping at 89 miles an hour. So the count's full. There are 2 outs. Yelich on deck. Acker the hold. And the payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. Acker loses Ortiz with the fastball, so that extends the inning for Yelich with men on the corners.
Had 2 walks and an error this inning. Half inning that just drones on here.
Lefty Yelich waits. First pitch from Acker, swinging a dribbler towards the on-deck circle on the first base side, and Yelich falls behind 0-1. The Rangers have had a few pitchers from OU in their day. Bobby Witt, of course, maybe the most notable. The 0-1. That's high. John Gray, the most recent. Garrett Richards didn't make his name with the Rangers, but at the end of his career pitched for Texas. He was a Oklahoma Sooner. The 1-1. Down and in, check swing, and Yelich went around. I think Bill Miller, who I believe is over at third base right now, is ready to go to the 4th inning.
I believe Bill is.
I don't know that was a swing, but
that was a Brewer fan reaction that, hey, that's our guy. He always checks his swing.
The 1-2. And the dirt blocked nicely by Jansen. A pitch spiked by Acker. Count 2-2.
Danny Jansen really good at blocking pitches.
Chase Anderson went to OU, and he pitched very briefly for the Rangers. It's another one. 2-2, 2 outs. Acker's pitch. Yelich hits one high in the air to right center. Carter back on the track at the wall. He leaps up, and that one's out of here. Off the bat, I wasn't sure that had home run distance, but it carried and added a few extra feet because of Hicksy's math earlier in the ballgame. A 3-run home run, and the Brewers lead 11-1.
Yeah, in terms of the heat tonight and that one just getting beyond the reach of Carter, I think it was hot enough that helped to carry it to a home run as opposed to being the final out of the inning.
There's Andrew Vaughn. He's got a couple hits. A 7-run inning for the Brewers. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 7 in the third. First pitch from Acker, strike at the top of the zone.
Figure that probably carried about 6 to 7 feet farther than it would have otherwise had we had a normal temperature day here today.
0-1, that misses. Count 1-1.
And it's 400 to dead center here. That one traveled an estimated 398 feet, just a little to the right of the batter's eye.
1-1 pitch. Fouled back this way. Look out, Hicksy.
Oh, I was ready.
I don't know that you were ready. You got out of the way. You weren't ready to make a play.
No, I wasn't going to make a play. I was going to make sure that I didn't get hit. I don't know about Matt Prelip, though. Was Matt? Matt was ready. Had his left arm out.
1-1 or 1-2. Broken back grounder to third. Wade's got it. A shuffle and a throw, and that ends the inning. But a 7-run frame for the Brewers. We go to the 4th, 11-1. The Crew on top on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
At last, Texas Rangers baseball is back at the ballpark, and you'll want to be there April 3rd, 4th, and 5th when Corey Seager, Wyatt Langford, and the Rangers face off against Ellie De La Cruz and the Cincinnati Reds for a weekend series that counts. Don't miss the joy and fun and energy of the season's first home games. Grab your tickets at Rangers.com. That's right. All for Texas.
Hello, everyone. This is Elvis Andrews, two-time Major League Baseball All-Star and 2025 Texas Rangers Baseball Hall of Fame inductee. As a former Major League Baseball player, I understand the importance of having a strong team behind you. For over 40 years, Bailey & Gallion has been representing people just like you that have been injured on the job.
Call Bailey & Gallion today at 1-800-LAW-OFFICE. They'll help you get the treatment at no upfront cost to you. Pay no fees unless they win. Call now, 1-800-LAW-OFFICE.
Team up with Bailey & Gallion, the official law firm sponsor of the Texas Rangers, to solve your legal puzzle.
Hall of Fame linebacker Mike Singletary is always cool under pressure.
Not always. Last summer, our AC went out and our house was hot. One of my cool friends recommended Baker Brothers at callbakernow.com. They came out, diagnosed the problem, and told us what they needed to do to fix it. They were professionals and did exactly what they said they were going to do. Wow.
If you need your AC repaired or replaced, go to callbakernow.com. Baker Brothers. Great service.
Wake up to the latest Rangers news, highlights, and opinions with Sean and RJ. Morning 6 to 10 on your home of Rangers baseball. 105.3 The Fan.
All right, we got ourselves a mess here as we go to the top of the fourth inning. Rangers trailing 11-1. We haven't seen too many games like this spring. Now, there have been some blowout games, but the Rangers have not been on the short end of that, at least to this degree. But a lot of baseball still to be played. First pitch from Woodruff to Duran. Spins in there for strike one as we start the top of the fourth. Zeke is hitting cleanup here tonight. He flied to right his first time up. Rangers have a run on 2 hits. Brewers have 11 runs on 9 hits. Breaking pitch here, swing and a miss. A roundhouse home run cut that time by Zeke, but he doesn't connect and falls behind in the count here at 0-2. Zeke hitting .297 this spring, 3 doubles, 2 home runs, 9 runs batted in. He asked for time here, and he steps out. A real lesson that bottom of the third in terms of how to score a professional baseball game officially. The 0-2, swing and a drive. This one's well hit, deep left field. This one's got a shot and then some. It's onto the top of the berm. What a poke by Ezekiel Duran. That is going to be his 3rd home run of the spring, and it came on an 0-2 pitch. That makes it a little bit better. It's now 11-2.
Again, we have seen this version of Zeke before, right? We've seen the guy who can pummel balls. We just haven't seen it in a while, at least not in the air like that. But if you get that guy contributing a little bit offensively off the bench in whatever role makes sense, then that helps extend the depth of this team.
So an 11-2 affair. Now here's Mark Canha lifting one high and deep into center. Mitchell going back on this, and it's out of here. Both clubs have back-to-back home runs tonight on consecutive pitches. Here in the fourth, it's Duran and Canha for Texas, and it's now an 11-3 ball game. Mark Canha with his 3rd home run of the spring. And again, it's not certainly set in stone that either Duran or Canha will make the opening day roster. I think Zeke probably has a better shot at making that opening day spot. Canha, you would think, is in competition with Andrew McCutchen. Here's a breaking pitch that's down and in to the switch hitting Sam Haggerty, 4-1. But Mark Canha, since the signing of McCutchen, his bat has come alive. There's a breaking pitch, and that's on the outer portion of the plate for a strike, so make it 1 ball and 1 strike. So both hitting home runs here in the 4th inning as they sort of make their claim against a top-notch pitcher in Brandon Woodruff. It's a swing and a miss by Haggerty, and the count now at a ball and 2 strikes. Now, I should mention, the home run that Zeke hit came on an 0-2 fastball, and that pitch came in at about 89 miles an hour. So Woodruff has lost a little steam on the heater here in the 4th inning on this brutally hot evening. This pitch comes in low, and the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Haggerty, who grounded out to second his first time up. A long hold by Woodruff as he lets the pitch clock get down to 2 seconds. And now here's a pop-up into shallow center. Mitchell coming on, still on the run, slows, and he makes the catch to get Haggerty for the first out. So homer, fly ball out into center. Rangers trailing here 11-3. Mark Canna's home run also came on a fastball, a first pitch fastball that also came in at about 89 miles an hour. Pat Murphy, in his 3rd season at the helm here in Milwaukee, out to make the switch, and that is going to be all for Woodruff. Remember, Joe Corbett came in to get the final out in the 3rd inning. Woodruff coming back to start the 4th, so he ends up facing a total of 14 batters in his outing here tonight. Rangers are trailing, but it's now 11-3. New hurler coming in for the Brewers, and as he warms up, we pause for this. You're listening to Spring Training Baseball on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's most iconic companies. Now, we're bringing that same professional-grade expertise to today's builders. The kitchen table entrepreneurs, the first-time storefronts, and late-night dreamers with big ambitions. Because banking built for success shouldn't just be for big business. It should be for anyone building something that matters. Let's build something together at Comerica.com/succeed. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A., member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
Hi, this is the stomach speaking. It feels like breakfast was months ago. So please address immediately with Quick Trip's new $5 delicious combo. I hear you get 2 roller grill items, a Big Q fountain drink, and a bag of chips for just $5. If current crisis is not addressed, repercussions may result in embarrassment, such as leaving the gas tank open, saying yes to helping your friend move, and agreeing to run for the HOA. Pull into the closest QT and fill up soon, only for a limited time.
All right, right-hander Brian Rivera into pitch for Milwaukee. Tyler Wade, the batter. The count is 1-1. And the right-hander throws this one across the outside corner for a strike, 1-2. Wade singled to lead off the 3rd and came in to score the first Texas run. Rangers are trailing here 11-3 as we play in the 4th. Rivera from minor league camp, just 20 years of age, a native of Nicaragua. And here a ball popped up third base way. Rengifo giving chase, but this one hits the track down near the tarp roll, and so the count will hold at 1-2 here to Tyler Wade. Wade batting with 1 out, nobody on. Rangers have scored twice here in the 4th on back-to-back home runs by Ezekiel Duran and Mark Canna. A step back by Rivera and the pitch. And he misses high, this time with a fastball at 94, and the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rivera embarking upon his 4th season in the Brewers organization. Misses badly outside here, and the count to Wade runs full. Last year, pitching for their A-ball affiliate in Carolina, they made 25 appearances, went 8-3 with a 5.82 ERA. Listed at 6'2", or 6'1" rather, and 170 pounds. 3-2 pitches popped up high in the air down the left field line. Rengifo and Lockridge giving chase. Rengifo won't be able to make the play. There was an opportunity there. It was much farther from home plate than on that previous foul ball. He was past the tarp roll by about 25, 30 feet or so, but wasn't too sure where that fence was and needed another stride or two to be able to get to the spot to make the play. Lockridge was farther away, so it's a harmless foul ball, keeping the count at 3-2 here to the left-handed hitting Tyler Wade, who's had a great spring. He's now 13 for 30 at the plate this spring. And a swing here, and a ball popped up high in the air. Almost the same spot, but this one will drift out of play. Lockridge was in position to make the play there, but that one ends up just a little bit beyond the seats that run down the third base line. So more time given for Lockridge and Rengifo to get back into position here, as Wade proves to be a difficult at-bat. And this pitch, a fastball, comes in low, ball 4. Wade draws the walk. So for Wade this spring now, 13 hits and 5 walks. He came into play with a Cactus League on-base percentage of .485. I don't know if it's proper, Jared, to say that he's on the outside looking in, because he's definitely knocking on the door of being a guy who could make the opening day roster, but I think a few things have to happen for that to occur as Osuna digs in, takes this pitch on the inside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, I hate to say this, there's still time for someone to be banged up or get banged up. And, sometimes that happens at the end of camp to try and preserve organizational depth. You might be conservative with those decisions on whether to push through an injury.
Here's a pop-up that is going to send Rengifo again just beyond the Ranger dugout. It sends him into the netting a few feet beyond the dugout. The ball is out of play, and it's 0-2 here to Osuna. Rengifo might have to come out as many times as he's run over now. And a left-handed hitter is up again, so he's well off the line. These are long runs that have been fruitless. The 0-2, hard hit ball up the middle, base knock for Osuna. Mitchell into his left to pick it up. Wade pulls into second. So we've had a walk and a single here. 4 out of 5 batters have reached for Texas here in the top of the 4th inning. And that brings Jonah Bride to the plate. How about Osuna? A double, driving in a run, and now a single. And here in Cactus League play, Alejandro is now 10 for 27. He did make a couple of appearances for Mexico in the World Baseball Classic, going 0 for 3 at the plate for Team Mexico. But on board here at first as Bride stands in. Bride struck out his first time up. This one slips out of Rivera's hands. The pitch goes all the way to the backstop, and the wild pitch will move Wade to third and Osuna to second. So 2 men in scoring position, only 1 out in the inning. The 1-0, and Rivera misses inside. So make it 2-0 here to Jonah Bride, former Miami Marlin, played for Skip Schumacher in Miami. Corner infielder. Right-handed stick. The 2-0 pitch. Hit hard, deep in the hole at short, backhanded by Ortiz. He plants his feet, throws to first in time to retire Bride. On the play, Wade scores. Another run for the Rangers. It's now 11-4. Jonah Bride picking up the RBI as Osuna remains at second base. Strong throw there by Ortiz. Tremendous defensively. So 2 men are out. Osuna, the lone base runner, back to the top of the order in Evan Carter, who has struck out and walked tonight. And he looks at a fastball that's high and outside for ball 1. So we got a 7-run bottom half of the third. Brewers sending 10 men to the plate. Only 4 hits in the inning for Milwaukee. And so far, the 3-run top half of the fourth for Texas. This pitch over the plate but low. Nice job by Carter. Not swinging at that, and the count moves to 2 balls and no strikes. Ortiz, the shortstop, up the middle. The infield playing Evan to pull. 2-0, big swing and a miss. So make it 2-1. Mitchell in center, also playing Carter to pull. Frelick in right, straight up. And Lockridge is actually a few steps over toward the left field line. So there's plenty of room between the left fielder Lockridge and the center fielder Mitchell. Rivera with the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball coming in at 94 that time, so 2-2. The count now to Evan Carter. Evan was good last season with men and runners in scoring position. He hit 300 in those situations. The 2-2. Down and in, almost hit him in the back foot. He missed with the fastball, and the count runs full. Jock Peterson is on deck. So the Rangers trying to climb back in it here in the fourth. Carter waiting on the 3-2 offering, and here it comes. And a swing and a foul ball that goes straight back. Osuna was on the move with the 3-2 pitch. So we'll do it again. No wind to speak of right now on this very hot evening here in West Phoenix. Rivera, a glance back to second, and the pitch. And that's a little low and outside for ball 4. Now, basically, with Rengifo nowhere near third, Osuna on the move, gets over to third as Carter walks. So runners at the corners now. And that brings up Jock Peterson, the 8th batter of the inning for Texas. Osuna credited with the steal. Gary Sanchez goes out in front of the plate. Little direction for the defense here. Jock Peterson 0 for 2 tonight. He's popped up to short, and he has also struck out. As Jock swings and rips one foul far end of the Milwaukee dugout on the first base side. So strike one here to Jock. Peterson 5 hits this spring. He's walked 5 times. Still looking for his first extra base hit of the spring. Breaking pitch here comes in high, and that'll make it 1 ball and 1 strike. The second baseman, Hamilton, about midway between first and second. As far back as you can be these days on the infield dirt. As this slider misses down and in. And the count to Peterson runs to 2 balls and a strike. Ortiz at short is up the middle. His heels 2 near the rim of the outfield grass. Good lead at first for Carter. The 2-1 to Peterson. Swing and a pop-up. Foul out of play third base side. Make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, as you can imagine, with 15 runs and 14 hits up on the board, we're only in the top of the 4th inning. This one just kind of crawling along. The 2-2. And that pitch just a little bit low. So a full count now to Peterson. 3rd full count for a Ranger batter here in the top of the 4th. Vaughn at first plays off the bag now, well behind Carter, who moves with the 3-2, a swing and a foul tip that's caught by Sanchez. Peterson strikes out on high heat to conclude the top half of the 4th. So 8 come to the plate, 3 score on a total of 3 hits, 2 minutes left. And after 3.5, it's 11-4 in favor of Milwaukee. This is Rangers Spring Training Baseball on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. You know, because they'll...
Be fine in the spacious 3rd row seat.
But the twins...
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the...
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX. Because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Come one, come all Ranger fans for the running of the Golden Chick Dot Race. Red, blue, or green, who will win? And they're off. Red comes out strong as Green falls behind. Blue holds on to second, but Red runs for home like there's Golden Chick on the dinner table. Who could blame him? Golden Chick's delicious fried chicken is marinated and hand-breaded to be tender and juicy. Red holds the lead. Blue gives it his all, but Red's not slowing. It's Red. It's Blue. It's Red by a nose.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's most iconic companies. Now, we're bringing that same professional-grade expertise to today's builders. The kitchen table entrepreneurs, the first-time storefronts, and late-night dreamers with big ambitions. Because banking built for success shouldn't just be for big business. It should be for anyone building something that matters. Let's build something together at Comerica.com/succeed. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A., member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
All right, Jacob Latz is back out here to start the bottom of the fourth inning. Latz pitched the first inning and then ended up facing 6 batters in the second. Needed help for that final out in the second. Came back to start the third, faced 6 batters, and then needed help, and now he's back out here to start the fourth. And the first offering to the lefty hitting Garrett Mitchell is on the outside corner for strike one. So Latz, 57 pitches, 38 strikes coming into this fourth inning. Swing here by Mitchell on a foul. That'll make it 0-2. Mitchell has struck out, reached on an error, and scored. Latz, his last time out against the Rockies, threw 66 pitches. So you would think that they want to get him maybe somewhere between 70 and 75 as he tosses this one in over the outer half for a called third strike. So he takes care of Mitchell on 3 straight pitches. First out here in the bottom of the fourth. And that'll bring up Gary Sanchez, who has homered and walked and scored a couple of runs. It's 11-4, Brewers up as we play here in the bottom of the fourth. As Sanchez swings at the first offering, bounces it foul up the third base line. So strike one here to Gary Sanchez. No other changes defensively here for the Rangers. Latz, the slow turn. His pitch is popped up high into the air, very shallow right field. Haggerty angling out to his left, reaches up above the cap to make a two-hand grab. Sanchez is out number 2. And that'll bring up Luis Rengifo. Well, like Brandon Woodruff, Latz, despite the fact that he needed some help in the second and third innings, has lost velocity on the heater. Going up against the switch-hitting Rengifo here, batting from the right side. Rengifo 1 for 2 with a home run. And he'll take a curveball down low for ball 1. Latz, his average fastball velocity last season was right around 94 miles an hour. And pitch that struck out Mitchell came in around 90. This offering in there for a strike, and that'll level the count here to 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the 1-1. Then he'll miss outside to Rengifo here to make it 2 balls and a strike. Rengifo figures to get the bulk of playing time at third base this season for Milwaukee. Again, David Hamilton, who's playing at second, also figures in there. This pitch comes in low, and the count at 3 balls and 1 strike. Milwaukee's regular second baseman, Bryce Terang, of course, played for Team USA in the World Baseball Classic. All of the Brewers who were in the WBC, and they had a lot, been playing for a lot of different countries, are back in camp. Here's a pitch that's popped up right side. Bride at first, straddling the line, leans back into fair territory to make the catch to get Rengifo for the final out of the inning. So Latz has a 1-2-3, bottom of the fourth. We head to the fifth, 11-4 Rangers trail. This is spring training baseball on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
The Rangers are giving away 16 different bobbleheads in 2026. And on Saturday, April 4th, you can score the first one. The Dot Race Results bobblehead presented by Golden Chick. Just be one of the first 10,000 fans for the Rangers-Reds game. Tickets at Rangers.com.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Like our original gold-rimmed Bluebell homemade vanilla, the country's gold standard of ice cream flavors since 1969. Its hand-cranked taste takes you back to simpler times. That's why we put the word home right on the carton.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
AMR, the official emergency response team of the Texas Rangers, invites you to follow your passion and find your purpose with a career in emergency medical services. Make the EMS big leagues with the national leader in emergency medical services and play a vital role providing care in any crisis. To learn more, visit amr.net/careers.
All right, we head to the fifth inning. Rangers are down 11-4. They were trailing at one point 11-1. We have some changes now for Milwaukee. And in to pitch is the right-hander Trevor McGill. McGill, who had 30 saves last year for this Brewers ball club, and figures once again to be there at the back end of the bullpen. Made a total of 50 appearances last year and pitched to a 2.49 ERA. McGill going up against the heart of the order here, starting with Danny Jansen. Jansen has struck out twice. First pitch, Jansen lifts high into the air down the right field line. Vaughn going out, and this one will be caught right on the line by Sal Frelick, who I believe is still in the ballgame in right field. Frelick having to go a long way to get there. Again, makes the catch right on the line for the first out here in the top half of the fifth. And that'll bring up Ezekiel Duran. Duran, who homered his last time up, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. For Zeke, that was his third home run of the spring. Brock Wilkin is now in at third base as Zeke checks his swing, but fouls this one back for strike one.
You think they just ran out of ink? His name's Wilkins, but you don't need to give me a courtesy laugh. It's almost 10 o'clock back in Dallas. It's okay.
Swing and a miss. Big cut here by Zeke, and the count now at no balls and 2 strikes.
I am curious about something. They had an advertisement for an eatery on the video board in between innings.
I missed that. McGill's pitch, swing and a miss. Zeke went after a slider that was low and away, and that's been an Achilles heel for him. And here he strikes out for the second out of the inning.
It was a chain. It's a good place. I like it.
What is it?
Well, I don't.
Oh, you can't.
Well, I don't know. I just don't want to get in trouble or anything.
Oh. Yeah, but it's here locally, right? Or is it?
I mean, it's all over. Yeah, we got it in Texas.
All right.
And it says, come join us after the game, or it's basically saying, like, hey, stop by after the game.
Right. Mark Canna stands in and looks at strike one.
Really smart, right? You leave the game, you want a little late night snack or meal, like, hey, it's top of mind.
Yep.
Except for the fact it's right next to our ballpark in Surprise.
You got to go all the way there? This pitch in the dirt, and the count of ball and a strike to Canna, who homered his last time up.
It's not Whataburger, because Whataburger would be smarter than that.
There's one between Surprise and Peoria. There's a Whataburger there.
Whatever, yeah. Imagine Whataburger advertising, hey, come after the game, join us 45 minutes away.
Swing and a miss by Canna. And the count now at a ball and 2 strikes.
I mean, what are we doing?
A few years ago, after a game in Surprise, I went to a fast food establishment and ended up, I realized as I sat down, I was at a table catty corner from Raleigh Fingers. Swing and a miss. The ball gets away from Sanchez. Canna digging for first, and there will be no throw. So Mark Canna reaches after striking out. So we'll wait and see what the ruling is there. I'm not so sure that was a wild pitch. That could have been a passed ball. But regardless, Canna is on board after striking out, and that brings up Sam Haggerty. So as you can imagine, I'm like, man, I'm in a fast food restaurant at about 10 o'clock at night, and here's Raleigh Fingers. And I didn't feel comfortable enough to go up and interrupt his meal and introduce myself. Kind of regret not doing that. Former Brewer. Here's a throw over to first, and Canna able to dive back to the bag safely.
Well, I mean, you have ample opportunity at Surprise Stadium. At least I know in years past he was there quite frequently, signing autographs and doing things.
Haggerty looks at a fastball over the inside corner for strike one. Sam is grounded to second. He is also flied out to center. They did rule that a wild pitch. The pitch upon which Mark Canna struck out. So he's at first with 2 men out. 11-4, Rangers are down. There's a turn, a throw by McGill over to first. Canna again scrambles back to the bag safely. Hands first. The substitution of Wilkin for Rengifo is the only other defensive switch for the Brewers. The 0-1 swinging a foul up and out of play left side. 0-2 the count. Haggerty has had a very good spring, and you figure is going to be one of the bench options to open the season. He's now 11 for 33 here this spring, plus 7 walks. The 0-2, that pitch is inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Haggerty, a switch hitter, batting from the left side here, his weaker side. Last year, as a right-handed hitter, Haggerty batted .318. The set and the 1-2. And that pitch is down and in, so McGill misses. That'll leave in the count here to 2 balls and 2 strikes. McGill last year in his 50 appearances, 47 innings, gave up just 36 hits. Walked 17, struck out 60. So 11 and a half strikeouts per 9 innings last year for the right-hander Trevor McGill. Big guy, goes 6'8", about 250 pounds. The 2-2 is tapped out near the hill. McGill off the mound toward first has it, and he'll take it to the bag to retire Haggerty for the final out in the inning. No runs, no hits, a man left. We're through 4.5 here in Maryvale. Rangers trail the Brewers 11-4. This is spring training baseball on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
As the original American single malt from Texas, Balcones Distilling has been leading the recently ratified American single malt movement from the beginning, right from the heart of Texas. Whether using high-quality Texas grains, collaborating with the uncompromising climate, or adapting to let local flavors flourish, Balcones intentionally crafts every bottle of award-winning whiskey to deliver a true taste of this great state. Balcones, the official Texas whiskey of your Texas Rangers. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Spring Sale and get 35% off paints and stains March 13th through the 23rd. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
All right, we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Rangers are down here 11-4. And in the pitch now for Texas, the left-hander Robert Garcia has rejoined the club here after his stint with Team Mexico in the World Baseball Classic. And he'll be facing Brandon Lockridge to start the home half of the fifth. First offering from Robert comes inside to Lockridge for ball one. Lockridge, a 2-run double in the third inning. He's 1 for 2 here tonight. Garcia delivers. That pitch in there for a strike. Lockridge checked his swing, but that one made it through the zone. So 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Garcia becoming the, fourth pitcher of the evening. Here's a swing and a miss for Texas. So the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Garcia made 3 appearances for Mexico in the WBC, pitching against Great Britain, the United States, and Italy. Shutout inning each against Great Britain and the USA. He'll sling this one inside, and the count to Lockridge squares to 2 balls and 2 strikes. And then in his appearance against Italy, he did give up a couple of earned runs on 3 hits in a third of an inning. This is his second appearance in a Cactus League game since rejoining the ball club. And a swing and a miss here on an elevated fastball, and Garcia strikes out Lockridge. So 1 away here in the bottom of the fifth. David Hamilton, the batter. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
Your home of Texas Rangers baseball. KRLD-FM and HD1 Dallas-Fort Worth. We are 105.3 The Fan.
Right, Hamilton looks to bunt, but he knocks it foul right in front of Danny Jansen. The ball stays behind home plate, so strike 1 here to Hamilton, who's having a good night. The University of Texas product, 2 for 2 with a single, a double, a stolen base, 2 runs scored, and 2 runs batted in. Abner Uribe warming up right now for the Brewers. Another guy who figures in the back end of their bullpen. Swing and a miss here by Hamilton, and the count, no balls and 2 strikes. No other defensive changes for Texas. The guys that started are still in and are playing the left-handed hitting Hamilton to pull here. Here's a ball cracked to the left side. Wade to his left has it from closer to second than he is to third. He makes the throw across, and Hamilton is retired. So 2 down here. Nice job by Garcia. That brings up Sal Frelick. So interesting little story. Robert Garcia and I have the same barber here in the Phoenix area. And I did not know that until I got my hair cut earlier this spring. And while getting my hair cut at Boss in Peoria, this pitch comes in to Frelick for ball 1. Antonio, who was cutting my hair, was telling me that, hey, you know, when he found out that I was working for the Rangers, he said, hey, I cut some of the guy's hair. And I said, well, who? You know, who would the Rangers do you cut his hair? This pitch in for a strike and the count 1-1. And he goes, Robert Garcia. So I talked with Robert the other day, and Robert makes his off-season home here in the Phoenix area, and that's where he gets his hair cut regularly. This pitch on the outside corner for a strike. And I believe that Robert is going to have a gift for Antonio before he leaves for the start of the regular season. This pitch is in there for a called third strike. Frelick is out. Robert Garcia has a 1-2-3 bottom half of the fifth. And by the way, Garcia's hair looks terrific.
And so do your hairs.
Yeah, my hairs look terrific.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of hairs left.
Yeah,
but
you can count them on a couple hands.
1-2-3, bottom of the fifth. 11-4, Brewers lead. We go to the sixth. You're listening to Spring Training Baseball on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
A happy place comes in many colors. Whatever your color, bring happiness home with CertaPro Painters and make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. During our spring sales event, get 10% off any home painting project, $2,500 or more. When you schedule before May 15th at participating locations, get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Hello, everyone. This is Elvis Andrews, two-time Major League Baseball All-Star and 2025 Texas Rangers Baseball Hall of Fame inductee. As a former Major League Baseball player, I understand the importance of having a strong team behind you. For over 40 years, Bailey & Gallion has been representing people just like you that have been injured on the job.
Call Bailey & Gallion today at 1-800-LAW-OFFICE. They'll help you get the treatment at no upfront cost to you. Pay no fees unless they win. Call now, 1-800-LAW-OFFICE.
Team up with Bailey & Gallion, the official law firm sponsor of the Texas Rangers, to solve your legal puzzle.
The biggest weekend in rodeo is coming to Arlington, Texas. The American Rodeo Championship Weekend returns May 22nd and 23rd at Globe Life Field, with special live performances from two-time Grammy-nominated Midland on Friday and country superstar Chris Young on Saturday. This is rodeo at its finest, and the only place to experience it is Globe Life Field. Don't wait. Tickets are on sale now at AmericanRodeo.com.
We are in the clubhouse, on the field, and more. Nobody covers Rangers baseball like your home of the Rangers. 105.3 The Fan.
Well, we go to the top of the sixth inning. Tyler Wade going to face Abner Uribe. Rangers trailing 11-4. I'm just counting all of Matt's hairs after learning about his barber. We got.
Did you get up to 37 yet?
No, actually, it was in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Looking good though. You're looking sharp. You're in mid-season form.
I've spent a lot of time in the sun here, not being on the air for about a week and a half.
I can tell you haven't blinded me. First pitch to Wade from Uribe, misses outside. If Uribe turns sideways, you might not be able to see him. He is very slender, but very talented. Power sinker, power everything, really. As he uncoils the 1-0, and it's fouled away by Wade. Rangers have 4 runs on 5 hits, but they've been bested by the Brewers, who have 11 runs on 9 hits. It's cooled down to 91 degrees. I might need a jacket. The 1-1. Wade with a liner over the head of the Brewers' second baseman as that one goes into right field. A base hit for Tyler Wade as he turns around, a 98-mile-an-hour heater from Uribe.
Cooper Pratt in at second base right now.
The Brewers have made some changes.
Jacob Hurtubise is now in right field. Those are the 2 defensive changes this inning outside of Uribe.
Wilkin remains at third. Here's Osuna. He's got an RBI double. First pitch, line drive to the shortstop. Ortiz, who spears it, throws to first, but Wade back with a dive. But a hard hit out off the bat of Alejandro Osuna.
Yeah, we're getting some exit velocity here off of the hard-throwing Uribe. What was it back in 2024? I believe that was the season that the Brewers were going to have Uribe as their closer, and he couldn't find the strike zone. And even though he got 3 saves, he had an ERA near 7 that year and ended up cycling back to the minor leagues.
First pitch to Bride in there for a strike. The 0-1. That one's inside. Count 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, check swing, but it's called a strike, so the count's 1-2. Vaughn holding on Wade at first. Time called by the hitter Bride. Uribe wears his jersey tight to the legs, pulled all the way down to the top of his spikes. He's got a turquoise-colored glove as he twists on the rubber to come set at the belt. A long pause. An even longer pause. And now the pitch. Breaking ball, snaps in there, strike 3 called. He buckled Bride. Bride knew it. And the strikeout is the second out in the top of the 6th. And that brings up Evan Carter.
A slider that time to take care of Bride. Uribe basically just a 2-pitch pitcher, a sinker and a slider. And as you might imagine, gets a lot of ground balls.
Here's Carter. First pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. A slider in the mid-80s. Carter tonight 0 for 1, but he has walked twice. He struck out once. Chokes up on the bat just a little bit. 0-1, a wave and a miss. A sinker. Just 93 from Uribe. It was middle of the plate, but at the bottom of the zone. And they counts nothing in 2 to Carter with 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning. Brewers up 11-4. Uribe looks over his shoulder to Wade at first. The pitch. And the slider misses outside. Seems like the Brewers constantly churning out really good relievers. Uribe was with the Dominican Republic in the World Baseball Classic. 1-2. That's low. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. He had knee surgery in July of last year that cut his 2025 season short. 2-2. Swinging a foul to the dugout of the Brewers on the first base side. Carter out in front of a slider. He corkscrewed that one to stay alive, and the count remains 2-2. Now, there was some question whether or not the Brewers would add Uribe to their 40-man roster prior to the Rule 5 draft in 2022. They ended up adding him, and a good decision. 2-2 is low. Who knows if he would have been claimed or selected, rather, but Brewers took that out of the equation. And made his major league debut that following 2023 season. Full count to Carter. From 0-2 to 3-2. 2 outs. Wade goes on the pitch. Here it is. Carter swings, hooks one in the air down the right field line, hooking towards the pole, but that one is foul. That had definite home run distance. It just didn't have a home run shape. A slider over the inside corner. Carter was able to turn on it.
And that wasn't foul by all that much. He recognized that pitch, and Uribe just did get it inside enough.
About to see an 8th pitch of this battle. Second time he's gone from 0-2 to 3-2 tonight. Pitch, broken back grounder to second. And that is right to the second baseman, Jones, and he throws on to first, and that ends the inning. Well, the Rangers get a hit from Wade, but he's left stranded. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 11-4, Brewers leading on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
Hi, this is the stomach speaking. It feels like breakfast was months ago. So please address immediately with Quick Trip's new $5 delicious combo. I hear you get 2 roller grill items, a Big Q fountain drink, and a bag of chips for just $5. If current crisis is not addressed, repercussions may result in embarrassment, such as leaving the gas tank open, saying yes to helping your friend move, and agreeing to run for the HOA. Pull into the closest QT and fill up soon, only for a limited time.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today at 469-949-TEAM. That's 469-949-8326.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Robert Garcia still in the ball game, wearing the number 62 on the back of his Rangers blue top. Had a really nice bottom of the fifth, back out there for the sixth. Not sure if he'll complete the inning. This just could be an opportunity to give him a second up, an experience that he'll certainly need at some point this season. Maybe Garcia comes in with 2 outs in the eighth and is asked to get a 4-out save, 5-out save, whatever it might be. First pitch to Ortiz, misses inside, or if he's not the closer at some point this season, then he'll certainly he'll be asked to maybe end an inning, start a new one, or heck, why not just complete 2 if you're efficient? As Dairon Blanco is in center field after Carter grounded out to end the inning. The 1-0 to Ortiz in there for a strike. Garcia wearing blue sleeves just beyond his blue jersey, top cut off about an inch or so past the elbows. Glove underneath the letters, set the 1-1. Weak ground ball to short, charged by Duran. Throws on the run as he slings to first in time, and Ortiz is retired. First down in the bottom of the 6th inning. We've got a new battery for the Rangers. It was Garcia and Jansen. Garcia remains, but Jose Herrera is now catching. Switch hitter. First year part of the Rangers organization. Here's Yelich. Left-on-left matchup, and the first pitch from Garcia is a power fastball that catches the inside corner. The 0-1. Slider. And it hangs on to the outside corner. And the count's 0-2. Actually, that was a changeup. Left-on-left changeup thrown by Garcia, something that he will do, and he did right there. The 0-2. Foul back. He went inside on Yelich with another changeup. It went off Yelich's fist, but carrying him to the backstop. Count remains 0-2. Left side of the infield shaded heavily towards the middle. Haggerty, the third baseman, about 45 or so feet off the line. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Tipped into the mid of Herrera, who holds on, and Garcia disposes of Yelich on 4 pitches. He's faced 5 batters. He's retired 5 batters, and that's going to be it for Garcia. On his 19th pitch, Skip Schumacher hops up out of his folding chair. He's seen what he needs to see from the lefty, and we've got a pitching change here at American Family Fields of Phoenix. 11-4 Brewers leading, bottom of the 6th, 2 outs, nobody on. And the new pitcher is going to be Jacob Junis when we come back on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
A happy place comes in many colors. Whatever your color, bring happiness home with CertaPro Painters and make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. During our spring sales event, get 10% off any home painting project, $2,500 or more. When you schedule before May 15th at participating locations, get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
With X the Cash scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery, you could multiply the cash by 30, 50, 100, or even 200 times. And when you multiply the cash, you multiply the celebration. With top prizes from $60,000 up to $1 million, it's the easiest way to multiply your luck or enter for a chance to win VIP experiences. Play X the Cash scratch tickets today. Must be 18 or older. Play responsibly.
Gather around, Ranger fans, for the Golden Chick Dot Race. Make your picks, red, blue, or green. And they're off. Red quickly pulls ahead with blue and green coming up fast as they round the turn. My stomach reminds me that dinner is also just around the corner. I'm hungry for some crispy, delicious fried chicken. Juicy and tender Golden Chick is the winner in my book. And who wins the Golden Chick Dot Race? It's a photo finish with green taking the checkered flag by a nose.
Jacob Junis into the game, and the first pitch he throws to Andrew Vaughn is in there for a strike. The righty Junis entering with 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the 6th. 0-1, swing and a miss on a changeup blown away. Count 0-2. Brewers leading 11-4, a 7-run bottom of the 3rd inning. The difference in this one. 0-2. Breaking ball, strike 3 call. Junis 3 pitches, and he freezes Vaughn on a slider in the middle of the plate, and that ends the inning. So Garcia gets the 2 batters he faces in this inning, the 5 he faces overall, and Junis makes quick work of Vaughn. We go to the 7th. It's 11-4, Brewers leading on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
Oh, it's popping at Tropical Smoothie Cafe with the new Tropi Boba Bowls. Take your pick from an acai base topped with mango or strawberry-flavored Tropi Boba. Available now for a limited time only at Tropical Smoothie Cafe, the official smoothie of the Texas Rangers.
Hi. Sorry, did I startle you? When you're used to hearing a certain type of commercial, something like this can, well, take you by surprise. That's kind of how it is with the Lexus RX, a vehicle that has continued to defy expectations for over 25 years. From the first luxury vehicle of its kind, to the first hybrid luxury vehicle, to the only plug-in hybrid worthy of the RX name. We understand you want more than the everyday SUV. And isn't being understood an amazing feeling? Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
As an official partner of the Texas Rangers, Lockheed Martin is proud to be part of the rich heritage of the Rangers and the many fans who cheer the team on at Globe Life Field. It is with that same pride we support our local communities and customers. From the frontline workers to the members of our armed forces safeguarding life and liberty, we're here to help them with their most important missions.
Rangers baseball is back at the ballpark. The first homestand of the 2026 season starts with a weekend series against the Cincinnati Reds April 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Don't miss the joy and fun and energy of the season's first home games. Tickets at Rangers.com.
We got a lot of changes for the Brewers. The man on the mound is new, the lefty Jared Koenig, on to face Jock Peterson, Jose Herrera, and Ezekiel Duran. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Rangers. Brewers leading 11-4. First pitch from Koenig, and the lefty twists home. Peterson backs away from the plate as the fastball catches the outside corner. Not really what Jock's going to be doing a lot of in 2026, facing lefties, but he'll have to face lefties a time or two. 0-1 is outside, and I mean a time or two, not literally, be more than that. Maybe it's a lopsided game. No reason to go to the bench. 1-1, it misses. Or probably more notably, the times when maybe a team goes to a leveraged lefty in the middle innings and Skip Schumacher doesn't feel like it's the right time to remove Jock, given what the opposing team might have left in their bullpen, what the Rangers have on their bench. Or maybe Jock comes off the bench in the 7th inning, pinch hits, and then comes back up in the 9th and ends up having to face a lefty, and there's no one who can come off the bench. There are all sorts of situations. As the 2-1 misses, it's 3-1. And one thing Jock does a good job of is, at least making the pitcher work for it. 3-1, strike called. Count 3-2. I mean, I don't want to say that you're just hoping for a consolation prize, but Jock Peterson's making Jared Koenig throw a 6th pitch here. 3-2, and that one sliced through the left side, of base hit. He got a sinker from Koenig and went the other way. So nice job by Jock Peterson. It might not be his strength at this point in his career, right? He knows who he is. Being a guy that's going to start against lefties is not that, but he also knows who he is, right? And he understands what his game is. And the numbers might not look great, but it does seem like Jock Peterson competes well against lefties.
Total of 4 plate appearances for Jock tonight, 24 pitches seen.
And he gets a hit there. It's been a rough spring statistically for Jock. Of course, we're not loitering around the backfields, assessing every move he makes. Maybe he's done some positive things, looked a certain way that is encouraging. And of course, as we know, especially for a veteran, spring training results, if you want to live and die by them, you're going to end up on the wrong side of the future with your predictions if it's solely based on these Cactus League results. Herrera, 1-1 pitch from Koenig. That misses outside. The count 2-1. The lefty Koenig works on the third base side of the rubber. And the pitch is upstairs. Now Peterson exits. Nick Prado replaces him as the pinch runner. For the three people listening who are dialed in on the Brewers' defensive changes, we'll give you those updates. 3-1. Herrera takes a strike. Daniel Dickinson is now at second base, but he replaces the shortstop Joey Ortiz. Pratt moves from second to short. Juan Baez is now at first, replacing Andrew Vaughn. Reese McGuire is catching, replacing Gary Sanchez. Brock Wilken moves from third base to first base. Because Baez, replaced Vaughn, but is playing third base.
Correct.
3-2. Herrera swings, punches one through the right side, a base hit. It rolls towards the right fielder. That's Hurtubise. Prado stops at second. Back-to-back opposite field singles for the Rangers to begin the top of the seventh. That brings up Ezekiel Duran. Luis Lara replacing Brandon Lockridge. He's in left field. And then, again, the man on the mound, Abner Uribe, no more, Jared Koenig, the new pitcher, and he's failed to retire the first two men he's faced. Duran with a no-doubt home run earlier. He's 1 for 3, hits this one on the ground to third. It's gloved up by Baez to second for one, on to first, double play. Around the horn, and the ground ball specialist, Koenig, gets the ground ball there. And the double play puts 2 outs on the board. A runner does advance to third. That brings up Mark Canha. Duran was out in front of a curveball from Koenig. Canha. First pitch, that's low. We mentioned Canha's had a nice spring, and that continues tonight with the home run. This is third long ball this Cactus League season. 1-0. Swinging a ball in the air, twisting towards the right field line. The right fielder, Hurtubise, comes in into his left, makes the catch, inning over, and crisis averted for Koenig. Stretch time at American Family Fields of Phoenix. 11-4 Brewers on the Trades and Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back? You've got some nerve showing up here again, looking all delicious with your fresh all-beef patties, melty cheeses, grilled peppers and onions, and jalapeno ranch. When I want you, you're nowhere to be found. And now you're back? Aw, get in here. We just missed you, that's all. The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back for a limited time and harder to resist than ever. Download the app. What a burger!
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
At last, Texas Rangers baseball is back at the ballpark. And you'll want to be there April 3rd, 4th, and 5th when Corey Seager, Wyatt Langford, and the Rangers face off against Ellie De La Cruz and the Cincinnati Reds for a weekend series that counts. Don't miss the joy and fun and energy of the season's first home games. Grab your tickets at Rangers.com. That's right. All for Texas.
Jacob Junis threw 3 pitches to end the bottom of the 6th and got a strikeout of Andrew Vaughn. He's back out to start the 7th. Garrett Mitchell leading things off. The left-handed hitting infielder takes the first pitch for a strike, and he is challenging. product of UCLA. And Mitchell is going to be correct with his challenge. I think the Brewers have challenged twice tonight. They've been successful both times.
Both times hitters challenging.
The 1-0, swing and a miss. It's like when Hicksy challenges me, I usually know that he's probably right. When Hicksy calls me, I thought it was actually this. And I immediately think, oh gosh, I messed this up. 1-1, fouled away. Count 1 and 2.
I like your imitation of me. It's very similar to my wife's imitation.
Mitchell, the wide stance, slightly open. 1-2. Breaking ball. Popped up foul out of play to the left. Mitchell was a top pick out of UCLA. The top pick might come out of UCLA this draft is the 1-2 in there for a strike, and Junis gets Mitchell watching. Couple of batters, couple of strikeouts for Jacob Junis. One away in the bottom of the 7th. Mikulowski out of Hamilton High School in Chandler, Arizona. In his junior year at UCLA. Somehow he's been better this year than he was last year. The first pitch to McGuire in there for a strike. Last year, he had an 1190 OPS. A 1 wave and a miss. Count 0-2. Now he's only about a third of the way into the season, but he's got a 1304 OPS this year. UCLA, top-ranked team in the country, but they don't have a better record than USC. 0-2 inside.
Has USC lost yet?
Yeah, lost once.
2? Do we know?
Well, it wasn't San Diego State. I know that. Swing and a miss, the 1-2. And McGuire goes down swinging. It was to Northwestern.
Oh, and that was in Chicago.
Yeah, it was a walk-off loss.
They played in the snow, didn't they?
Yeah, walk-off loss, second game of a doubleheader.
Okay.
Junis has faced 3. He struck out 3, and now about to face Brock Wilkin. Wilkins, 23 years old, will turn 24 this year. 6'4". He fills up the box on the right side, and the first pitch from Junis is a sinker for a strike over the inner half. Junis works out of the windup. And the 0-1 slider spun below the zone. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Junis from Jacksonville, Arkansas. Made his major league debut with the Royals in 2017. 1-1 misses, count 2-1. He was drafted by the Royals in the 29th round of the 2011 draft. 2-1. That's low. I imagine Jacob and Chris Young crossed paths during CY's time with the Royals, perhaps in spring training. Well, I'm not sure what years Jacob was a part of big league camp, but I imagine they crossed paths at some point. 3-1, swing and a miss. Count 3-2. Junis passed up a commitment to NC State where he would have gone as a two-way player. He was an infielder as well as a pitcher. 3-2, and he walks him. Wilkin draws the free pass. Junis misses with a changeup. 2 outs, 1 on. Lara, the batter. But after spending the first few years of his career with the Royals, he's bounced around the last few with the Giants, Brewers, Reds, and Guardians. He spent part of the 2024 season with the Brewers until he was traded to Cincinnati in a deal that sent Frankie Montas to Milwaukee. And the first pitch to Lara is in there for a strike. He made 14 appearances for the Reds and then became a free agent. 0-1 fouled away. Count 0-2. Went to Rock Falls High School in Rock Falls, Illinois, after being born in Arkansas. 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got Lara. Wasn't sure if he tipped that foul, but if he tipped it, it was held on to by Herrera. So Junis strikes out the side around a 2-out walk, and he struck out 4 batters in an inning and a third. 7 in the books, 11-4 Brewers leading the Rangers on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon, you wish would never end. The homemade taste of bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Like our original gold-rimmed Bluebell homemade vanilla, the country's gold standard of ice cream flavors since 1969. Its hand-cranked taste takes you back to simpler times. That's why we put the word home right on the carton.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Ever wondered what it takes to move all the gear to support 75 players, a dozen trainers, and a Palomino to surprise Arizona? PGL, Rangers captain, and all your Texas Rangers know that it's a big job, and PGL is proud to be the official team logistics partner.
Visit shippgl.com/Rangers or call 833-SHIP-PGL to talk with one of our experts to take care of your business. From Surprise to Singapore and everywhere in between, we'll get you in the game.
Wake up to the latest Rangers news, highlights, and opinions with Sean and RJ. Morning 6 to 10 on your home of Rangers baseball. 105.3 The Fan.
Our old friend Grant Anderson on the pitch with Sam Haggerty in the box. We're through 7. Brewers leading 11-4. And to tell you more about it, here's Matt.
Thank you, Jared. Haven't had some runs on the board in a while as the former Ranger Anderson misses outside to Sam Haggerty for ball 1. Haggerty, Wade, Osuna due up here in the Texas half of the 8th. Rangers got 3 in the 4th. They were trailing 11-1, made it 11-4. And we haven't had anything cross the plate since as Haggerty looks at a strike. And the count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Grant Anderson, whose twin brother Aiden Anderson is in the Rangers farm system. Ooh, and here's a breaking pitch that ends up either going under the foot of Sam Haggerty or just behind his foot. He did a little bit of a leap to get out of the way. Somehow it missed him. And the count now at 2 balls and 1 strike. Grant Anderson, who was dealt to Milwaukee in January of 2025, delivers this pitch outside. And the count now 3-1. He's on for the 6th time this spring. In 5 1/3 Cactus League innings, he has pitched to a 3.38 ERA. Next pitch is way outside, ball 4, and Haggerty draws the walk. So leadoff man on here in the Texas half of the 8th inning. Tyler Wade, the due batter. Rangers baseball brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Protect your home and auto. Save when you bundle. Get a quote at progressive.com. All right, we have a pinch runner here for Sam Haggerty. Richie Martin Jr. coming in to run at first base. Here's a swing and a foul. High into the air and out of play third base side. Strike 1 to Tyler Wade, who has been on board all 3 times up tonight. Wade singled and scored in the 3rd, walked and scored in the 4th, singled to lead off the 6th, and he was stranded. Anderson's next pitch is popped up foul third base side. Baez into foul ground, may have a play here along the track. Backpedaling, he makes the catch, came very close to hitting the tarp roll, but managed to sort of swerve away from that as he made the play to retire Wade. So Wade out for the first time tonight. 1 down, and here's Alejandro Osuna. Anderson last year made 66 relief appearances for these Brewers. He went 2-6 with a 3.23 ERA. Funky setup. The high set here. And the pitch is looped out into left field. Lara on the move toward the line. Slides, and he makes the catch. That sliding momentum took him almost all the way to the line, and he spun 180 degrees to be able to turn and face the diamond. He makes a nice little step up and throw back to the infield to keep Martin at first base, but a terrific play there by Lara to retire Osuna for the second out of the inning. That ball was slicing away from him, but he took the proper first step and got there in time. So 2 men out of the inning. Jonah Bride, the batter, he has struck out twice. He's also grounded out. That ground ball out produced a run, and here the right-handed hitter looks at strike one. Last year, Anderson, 74 strikeouts in 69 2/3, so better than a strikeout per inning. There goes Martin. Here's a ground ball to short. Pratt is there, gobbles it up, throws to first, and we're done here in the top of the eighth. No runs, no hits. Rangers leave a man. Nice job by Grant Anderson for Milwaukee. 7.5 complete. It remains 11-4 Brewers. This is spring training baseball on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
Just because the Texas Rangers are in action doesn't mean you have to sit in the dugout. At Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, you can bring your A game to our array of thrilling table games. Experience edge-of-your-seat excitement at over 7,000 slot machines. Or grab an ice-cold beer at one of our sports bars the next time the Rangers suit up. Get your game on at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, official partner of the Texas Rangers.
Luxor Staffing, official staffing partner of the Texas Rangers, has hundreds of open positions in warehouse distribution, manufacturing, and more. Come work with some of DFW's best employers. Great pay, excellent benefits, multiple shifts, and endless opportunities for promotion. Luxor has 10 convenient locations in DFW ready to find a perfect job for you. All Luxor offices have experienced bilingual professionals ready to help you now. Visit us online today at luxorstaffing.com and find the office closest to you. Apply today and work tomorrow for Luxor Staffing, DFW's premier staffing agency.
AMR, the official emergency response team of the Texas Rangers, invites you to follow your passion and find your purpose with a career in emergency medical services. Make the EMS big leagues with the national leader in emergency medical services and play a vital role providing care in any crisis. To learn more, visit amr.net/careers.
Oh, it's popping at Tropical Smoothie Cafe with the new Tropi Boba Bowls. Take your pick from an acai base topped with mango or strawberry-flavored Tropi Boba. Available now for a limited time only at Tropical Smoothie Cafe, the official smoothie of the Texas Rangers.
All right, bottom half of the eighth inning. Brewers are up here 11-4. Cooper Pratt is going to lead things off. And Peyton Gray is into pitch now for the Rangers. Gray, who has had a very good spring training, the right-hander, delivers outside here for ball one. And a number of other changes for Texas defensively we'll get to as we can here. The 1-0 pitch in there for a strike to Pratt. Pratt batting for the first time. And the count now at 1-1 strike. Gray, a non-roster invitee here to spring training at 30 years of age. This pitch fouled off on the left side, and the count goes to 1-2 strikes. And so far this spring in 7 appearances, Gray with a 2.08 ERA. 8 2/3 innings. He's given up just 4 hits, hasn't walked anybody, and he has struck out 14. Has certainly made an impression here this spring. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Nice looking changeup that time from the right-hander, and Pratt is out on strikes. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Jacob Hurtubise. Hey, the Globe Life Texas Rangers baseball and softball grant program taking place here in 2026. It's designed to provide financial support for nonprofit organizations, cities, and schools that need help for their baseball and softball programs across the Rangers' 5-state territory. First offering here to the lefty hitting Hurtubise is in there for a strike. Now, funding can support capital projects, equipment, program expenses, and uniforms. And grant applications are being accepted now through the end of June. This pitch in there for a strike. Make it no balls and 2 strikes. And recipients will be notified and recognized in the later portion of the summer. Applications are available by going to rangers.com/grants. The 0-2, a swing and a miss. And Hurtubise is out on strikes.
You know, I've had the privilege of reviewing some of the applications, and reviewed one the other day for the Keller Adult Rec League softball team from Matt Hicks requesting funds for performance-enhancing drugs. And after careful consideration, Matt, I regret to inform you that we have denied your grant request, but we do wish you the best in your future endeavors.
Here's Dickinson batting, and he takes a pitch on the inside corner for strike one. I didn't think those decisions were going to be coming down for a while.
Well, that one was
quick.
Because of your status, your A-list status, you got special consideration. Yeah.
Okay, here's a fastball fouled off on the right side. 0-2 the count to Dickinson.
And we'd really like for you to especially consider reevaluating your choices in the future.
All right. I guess I've been served notice. Righty versus righty, 0-2 the count. Are we going to see this Gray change up here? Well, time is called. Herrera will trot out to have a word here with Gray. Just a terrific-looking changeup. He has gotten the strikeouts here in the 8th inning on that pitch. Other changes for the Rangers. Richie Martin Jr. remains in the game to play at second base. Hector Osorio is now in the game in right field. And John Taylor is in the game at third base. Here comes the 0-2, and that pitch low and outside. So make it 1 ball and 2 strikes.
The Rangers do such a great job with their community outreach, and some of the grant recipients who are deserving, unlike Matt. Some really cool stories.
It's a fastball outside corner for a called third strike, but Dickinson is challenging the call. The Brewers have been right twice. They have both of their challenges intact here. And so let's see if he's correct on this call. And that pitch is...
The pitch is confirmed. Battle's out.
Wow.
Brewers.
Less than 1% of the baseball caught the bottom outside corner of the strike zone.
For the Brewers in the bottom of the 8th.
How about that? All right, so 1, 2, 3 go the Brewers. Nice job by Gray. He strikes out all 3 he faces. We head to the 9th. Rangers trail 11-4. This is spring training baseball on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
The Rangers' first divisional showdown comes to the ballpark Monday, April 6th, and it's a good one. Cal Raleigh and the defending AL West champion Seattle Mariners square off against your Rangers for 3 games. The series also lets you snag the season's first wearable, the second bobblehead, and dollar hot dogs. Be here when the battle for the West begins. Tickets at Rangers.com. All for Texas.
Hello, everyone. This is Elvis Andrews, 2-time Major League Baseball All-Star and 2025 Texas Rangers Baseball Hall of Fame inductee. As a former Major League Baseball player, I understand the importance of having a strong team behind you. For over 40 years, Bailey & Gallion has been representing people just like you that have been injured on the job.
Call Bailey & Gallion today at 1-800-LAW-OFFICE. They'll help you get the treatment at no upfront cost to you. Pay no fees unless they win. Call now, 1-800-LAW-OFFICE.
Team up with Bailey & Gallion, the official law firm sponsor of the Texas Rangers, to solve your legal puzzle.
Turn up your radio, Ranger fans. It's time for the Golden Chick Dot Race. Make your picks. And remember, no wagering, please. And they're off. They're neck and neck. Red moves ahead, but Blue's a strong second. Now Green takes the lead at the home plate turn. And speaking of plays, I always add extra rolls to mine. Golden Chick rolls are baked fresh daily and so good, they're famous. Green starts to lag. Blue is nowhere to be seen, but Red digs deep for the win.
Golden Chick.
Right, top half of the 9th inning, Rangers are down 11-4. Dairon Blanco will bat for the first time tonight against the right-hander Steven Cruz, who delivers up and in to the right-handed hitter here for ball 1. So Cruz looking to mop things up here in the 9th. It's been 11-4 since the top of the 4th inning. The right-hander uncorks a pitch that's low and outside, and the count now at 2 balls and no strikes. Blanco coming on in the 6th inning, replacing Evan Carter, who went 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. Here he hits one sharply to second. That's in and out of Dickinson's glove. He picks it up and then whips it over to first in time to get Blanco. Nice recovery by Dickinson at second. First out here in the top of the 9th. Nick Prado, the due batter here. Hey, get your 2026 season tickets right now. You get to enjoy exclusive Lone Star benefits, including pre-sales, seat guarantees, and food and beverage discounts. Learn more by going to Rangers.com/season tickets. All right, Prado came on as a pinch runner for Jock Peterson in the 7th inning. Left-handed hitter crowding the plate, looks at a pitch from Cruz, the tie, for ball 1. Cruz last year pitched at high A and double A in the Brewers system. Also pitched for Nicaragua in the just concluded World Baseball Classic. Made a couple of appearances for his home country. Curveball here gets away from him and comes in high. And that'll make it 2 balls and no strikes. He also pitched in the Venezuelan Winter League for La Guaira and made 8 appearances there. So he's been busy in the offseason. This pitch is high and outside. And the count now at 3-0. Last year at high A and double A, he made 35 appearances, went 3-2 with 2 saves and a 4.39 ERA. Slender right-hander Steven Cruz from Nicaragua fires this one in high for ball 4. So Prado walks on 4 straight pitches. And that is going to bring up Herrera. Herrera batting for the second time, delivered a single to right back in the 7th. So 1 on, 1 out. Rangers down here by 7. The pitch from Cruz is a curveball that floats in high for ball 1. So he doesn't really have a handle on that offering right now. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Herrera went for a pitch that was down, and that'll make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Tomorrow, busy day in Surprise as the spring breakout game will take place. Rangers against the Royals. This pitch hit sharply foul of first, and that makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Jared, you've got double duty tomorrow. You got a doubleheader tomorrow. You're going to be on with Zach Bigley on the spring breakout game on the Rangers Sports Network. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am too. Should be a lot of fun. I can't wait to watch some of the faces of the future for the Rangers.
The 1-2, swing and a ball yanked foul down the right field line. So the count holds here to Herrera. That is a day game tomorrow. It will get underway around 3 Central Time. And then the Rangers are home tomorrow night against the Giants. And Jared will be joining me for that one. And that gets underway shortly after 8 o'clock Central Time tomorrow night. Runner on the move. The pitch is lifted high into the air, shallow center field. And this will be caught by the center fielder. And Garrett Mitchell's still in the game, so Mitchell makes the play there to get Herrera. And the Rangers are down to their final out, as Andrew Velasquez will bat here after coming on to replace Ezekiel Duran at short. In that game against the Giants tomorrow, Nathan Eovaldi, the scheduled pitcher for Texas. Eovaldi has already been named the opening day starter for next Thursday when we open the season against the Phillies in Philadelphia. This pitch up and in to Velasquez for ball 1. Velasquez, little guy, but certainly very capable big league player. Know him from his time with the Yankees. Here's a pitch that's outside, and the count now at 2 balls and no strikes to Velasquez. Cruz taking his time getting set here. Pitch clock down to 1. And Velasquez swings and fouls that one off. That got a piece of the plate umpire, Doug Eddings. He caught him in the right hand or the right wrist somewhere. And the count now at 2 balls and a strike. Eovaldi, the opening day starter. And while the rest of the rotation has not been announced, if you're following along what's going on here in spring training, you kind of figure out how it's going to lay out. Breaking pitch here, swing and a foul tip. And the count to Velasquez now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jacob deGrom likely to be following Nathan Eovaldi. Mackenzie Gore after him. Jack Leiter after him. 2-2 pitch. That's down and in. Full count here to Velasquez. And, of course, remember when we open the season next Thursday in Philadelphia, opening day game on that Thursday, we're actually off on Friday. And then play games 2 and 3 of the series over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, before moving on to Baltimore. The 3-2, that's low, ball 4. So Velasquez draws the walk. Both base runners getting a free pass here in the 9th inning. Stranger things have happened. Orlando Martinez now the batter. After coming on defensively in the 8th inning to play out in left field. Martinez swinging from the left side. And he looks at this first pitch a little low and outside for ball 1. 6,522 on hand here tonight in Maryvale. Many of them have left. This pitch is down and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Game time temperature was 104, and we've dropped, about 15 degrees? Exactly 15 degrees, 89 right now. Cruz with the kick in the pitch, and this one gets fouled off. That gets a piece of McGuire, the catcher, and that'll make it 2 balls and a strike. Rangers with the 2-city road trip to start the regular season, and then the home opener taking place April the 3rd against the Cincinnati Reds. 2-1 pitch. That's lifted high into the air left field. The left fielder Lara in, and to his left is there, and he corrals it. Martinez the final out here tonight. Brewers win it big, 11-4. Rangers fall to 15-11 with this setback. We're back to wrap things up from Maryvale right after this. You're listening to Spring Training Baseball on the Trajan Wealth Rangers Radio Network.
It's come down to this moment. Bottom of the 9th and 2 outs. The Rangers need a run.
The toughest moments call for strong support.
Pitcher quickly checks first base. And the pitch.
That's why people trust Globe Life.
Deep to right field. Back. It's out of here.
That's why millions of people trust Globe Life to help protect what matters most.
That's a big win for the Rangers.
Globe Life. Make tomorrow better.
Just because the Texas Rangers are in action doesn't mean you have to sit in the dugout. At Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, you can bring your A game to our array of thrilling table games. Experience edge-of-your-seat excitement at over 7,000 slot machines. Or grab an ice-cold beer at one of our sports bars the next time the Rangers suit up. Get your game on at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, official partner of the Texas Rangers.
Hey Rangers fans, the 2026 MLB season is here, and SeatGeek has your ticket to all the Rangers action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of every home team win. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Rangers games or to any other live event in the greater Dallas area, SeatGeek has your seat. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of your Texas Rangers. Your ticket to the best game of your life. SeatGeek.
All right, final score 11-4 here. Rangers fall. Milwaukee jumping on Jacob Latz early, scoring its 11 runs in the first 3 innings. Here are the final totals. For the Brewers, 11 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left 3 on base. For the Rangers, 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, with 10 left on base. Brandon Woodruff gets the win. Jacob Latz suffers the loss. Our game was played in 2 hours and 45 minutes before a crowd of 6,522. Rangers now 15-11 in Cactus League play. Brewers, who beat the Rangers twice here in Arizona, improved to 11-14. Jacob Latz definitely had a rough outing as he needed help to finish the 2nd and 3rd innings, came back out and threw a 1-2-3 4th inning. His line ends up being 3 earned runs, or 3 innings of work rather, 9 runs allowed, 7 earned on 8 hits. Jared Sandler, I ask you, while we certainly know that Jacob is going to be on the opening day roster somehow, whether it's as the 5th starter or as a long reliever, did he do damage to his chances to be that 5th starter here tonight?
Well, he didn't help, right? And I don't say that with any sort of leaning that it will change the thought process that Chris Young and Ross Fenstermaker and Skip Schumacher, Jordan Teagues might have had a few hours ago. But, I mean, it's not like his stock went up. It's not like he solidified the job. I just don't know if, one spring training outing in 104-degree heat is going to prevent Jacob Latz from getting whatever job he would have earned had he had a neutral or strong start today. And Kumar Rocker's done well, but I still think there are things that we saw last night, like the ability to control the running game, that Kumar Rocker's got to improve upon. And the fact that Kumar Rockers still has room for growth in the minor leagues, I just kind of think that Jacob Latz will begin the season in the rotation. But, it's definitely not a 16 over a 1 upset type of situation if he doesn't, right? That's more, maybe not 12 over a 5, but I'd say a 13 over a 4 if he doesn't end up in the rotation. But I still think that that's where it's headed.
And remember, too, there was that error in the third inning that had the play been made, certainly 1 out would have been recorded, maybe 2, and maybe all of those runs, the 7 runs that came across in the third, would not have happened. All right, tomorrow, big day in Surprise, as it's the spring breakout game, the Rangers against the Royals, and then at night, the Rangers hosting the San Francisco Giants. Jared will have double duty tomorrow, involved in the Rangers Sports Network production of the spring breakout game tomorrow afternoon. 3 o'clock start Central Time. And then the game against the Giants getting underway a little after 8 o'clock Central Time. Nathan Eovaldi will be making his final start of the spring in preparation for his opening day appearance against the Phillies next Thursday. Spencer Bivens is the listed starter for San Francisco tomorrow night. Jared and I have the call of that one starting for you at 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. We hope you can join us. It's going to wrap it up for us here tonight. For our engineer here in Maryvale, Matt Prelip, for Jet Nelson and Kevin Walker back in Master Control, for Jared Sandler, and for the voice of the Rangers, Eric Nadel, I'm Matt Hicks, wishing everyone a very pleasant good evening from American Family Fields of Phoenix. Once again, our final score tonight, the Milwaukee Brewers 11 and the Texas Rangers 4. Have a great evening, everyone.
Here's the payoff pitch. He struck him out swinging. Got him on a splitter. Eovaldi strikes out 3 in the inning. He has 7 punch-outs on the night.
And that ball hit high and deep into left field. Dominguez goes back, watches with the rest of us as Josh Young has just walked off the New York Yankees.
Swung on, lofted in the